2, 1.
Do we believe it? Do we believe we're live?
We live.
They're going to be like, you're 8 minutes late. Get to talking. And I'm going to say, I'm talking real slow because I'm trying not to say any curse words.
No jumper.
All you got to do is exercise
Corn.
self-control. You'll be
Yeah.
straight.
Well, it's not always easy, as we all know.
Corn.
I can't help but look at him and just wonder how his weekend was.
It was pretty. I mean, you said you don't want us to cuss, so.
Hold on. Are we live?
Yeah.
We lie.
Oh. I'm glad I didn't say nothing wild. I was going to say some wild stuff.
Didn't you hear how our conversational tone totally changed as soon as we started talking to each other, like in podcast world? We were all kind of like disinterested in each other prior to that.
I'm here with the a-hole Adam himself.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, self-control.
No.
man.
That was last week. That was last week.
I'm here with my boy Lush in the building. You know what I mean? You was scared, boy.
Of what?
You was finna get up out of here. That
He
Jamba
was like
Juice.
this.
Yeah, that Jamba Juice sparked a whole nother scary story.
That's how we gonna start it off today.
I didn't
Let's
think
go.
so.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going that direction, but of
Nah,
course T-Rell
I mean,
goes
we
in that
here.
direction.
Let's go.
Bang,
Let's
baby.
go.
Yeah,
He had a
man.
week off, so you know what I mean.
Bro,
He got to
yeah.
speak his piece.
My
was
my
like
head
this.
my head was down. I was like this because when he said the thing about the thing, I was like, ugh.
Oh.
And then by the time I looked up, Housephone was right in my grill, tone backing him up, pause. And
One
yeah.
thing I got out of that was Housephone was like, man, Smack was on the phone. He was like, man, you be D-Rock. He was finna go crazy on Smack, right?
What?
And then Smack hung up the phone. This
Oh,
bothering
because he
Smack right
said
now.
that about Smack right before it happened, right?
Yeah, but
Oh, my God.
Smack's bothering Smack. What you talking about? I'm D-Rock. I come in peace.
Pause. I'm having a great time right now rocking my Fashionova jeans. Boy, do I feel spiffy.
Okay. Yeah, how
All right.
spiffy do you
Spiffy
feel?
Luciano.
Yeah, Spiffy Lucianos, man. He got them on. I
Speaking,
like
all right,
that.
let's change the subject. Let's talk about T-Rell's artist.
Yeah, Spiffy Luciano.
Back
here,
on
man.
Fig, Boosie did a combo deal on this guy. It's like
Spiffy
M and
hard.
Dre.
Spiffy hard.
Yeah, I'm
Spiffy
finna-
Hall.
Spiffy
Spiffy
Hall.
Hall. Shut up, Spiffy.
Yeah, shout out
Nice
Spiffy,
guy.
man. He was doing his thing, man.
He's just eager.
Yeah,
He's having a good old time.
You're supposed to be eager.
We go from talking about somebody where everybody knows what we're talking about to somebody that, no, not that he's.
I know
He's
him,
been a
not
guest,
known, but-
right?
Yeah, you're right.
I know
you're
him,
right.
bro, a long, long time, man.
I'm just sure the audience is kind of confused about what we're talking about to a certain
Spiffy
extent.
Luciano, man. Go check out his interview, then you guys would know exactly what we're talking about.
Damn,
Boosie's
bought the
LA
good,
artist.
He bought the good promo pack off T-Rell.
Dang.
T-Rell been pushing.
Have you
him
been selling
hard.
promo packs yet?
Come on, dog. Can I sell promo packs? I didn't know.
Yeah, you
I
can.
mean,
We're trying.
Yeah.
we
Damn.
shut Potlord down for
Did I
selling
just
the
give him a
slot.
good idea?
Oh,
I
just gave him a great
Don't
idea.
do it. Somebody,
Potlord?
Well,
hey man,
Pop
somebody
Lord.
asked me a
Pop
couple.
Lord?
I ain't gonna lie. Somebody asked me a couple times. Man, I give you 5,000, man,
but no jumper?
if you interview me. And I was
Yeah.
like, I
Oh,
can't do
Lord.
it, my boy.
Not that one white guy you interviewed?
That was the one AD hooked me up because that
Oh,
was
Yeah, that was my.
that was
you talking about
painful.
Cam?
Oh, yeah.
Look at him. He's spreading.
That
you know
was
what I mean?
painful.
Yeah.
That
No, I
was the
was just
first white
curious.
guy I
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
interviewed.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like it was so crazy. I was like,
That's
man,
your man's?
I mean, nobody else helps you get interviews. I said, I'm going to help the homie get interviews.
but who? Who was it?
well, it was you know.
I ain't going to say his name because he just
Wait,
said
but he paid
it
you
was
for a no
painful.
jumper interview?
No, he ain't paid me.
so
look, so wait.
I thought you were saying
He
he
should
got.
I know. I'm about to say, so he paid me, and I just told T-Rell to do it. That'll be cool.
Yo, that was
That'll
good
be
narrative.
cold.
That
No,
sounds like
that's
a week
crazy.
of drama right there. I could see us all
Man,
talking
I got
about
you.
that for
I
a
got
week.
you. T-Rell got it. I'm gonna give me 3,500. And I got you.
We should start running those.
It's a new
We
hustle.
should.
That's why all the interviews got to get approved.
Yeah, give me 3,500, man. Holla at me,
The
man.
interview ain't never coming
gonna
out.
see.
A couple of interviews ain't came out in recent memory.
Oh my
Not yours, though.
God.
You
That-
denied
that I
some
know.
already?
I'm being
Huh?
selective out
You
here.
denied some already?
I denied somebody.
Wow.
They did it, and then I was just
Was it like because it was personal or it wasn't?
No, it was just like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I can't imagine why this would do any kind of views or why anybody would care about this at all. This
Oh.
just seems like a reach.
Okay,
Bet
so
you-
let me ask
I bet
you,
you it was Flacco.
What's the what's the criteria?
You're so mean to Flacco.
What's the criteria now to get a no jumper interview now?
Adam's approval is the entirety of the
Oh.
criteria.
You got to
I'm
be
a-
getting traction.
I'm a one-man board.
This is a dictatorship over here.
Yeah, so if you're not
King
a trainee,
Jong-un over
if
here.
you're not a trainee,
Well, that helps.
if you
That might
rap,
get you through the door.
don't ask for it. You gotta be bi. You feel me? You feel me?
Who's
Might
bi
be
here?
into porn a little bit.
Who's
and
bi?
then you can get approved.
You said for an interview.
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean,
Are you over rap now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
no more hip hop.
He said,
Nah.
Nah, hip hop, you can't.
Almighty
never
just
be
said,
over
"You want to
hip-hop.
interview Onyx?" I said, "What's Onyx?"
Huh?
Talking about
Crazy.
the Stone? No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Of course, I'm
Oh,
supposed to
okay,
rapper.
okay.
I
He's
interviewed a
good, he's
fucking
good.
drill rapper this morning,
Okay, yeah.
and then I did bro. I did an interview between these two friends of mine who've been beefing for like 10 years, and they hadn't talked in like 10 years, and I just had this idea of like, oh, I could get them on camera and they will try to talk it out. And it ended up, one of them just ended up crying his eyes out. And the other one was, to put it politely, was just being a total dick the whole time. And it was like, you guys don't know these dudes? I guarantee if you watch it, you will get like fully into it because it was so intense.
This BMX beef? Or?
Yes, from back in the day. Catfish and Bizzle.
So you thought they was gonna fight or something?
We had the security in the room, and Catfish brought his own security in the form of Vell. I don't know why Vell's everybody's security. But
So when are you gonna have somebody on that you were beefing with 10 years ago?
I don't have any. Well,
Nah,
definitely
you got like 2 or 3
You
people.
got
you
smoke with a
beefing
lot of
right
nobody
now.
interested.
Don't worry about nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
Nah,
They got to accomplish
nah.
something
trying
if
to
they want
set
to argue
everybody
with me.
else up.
Yeah, you might as well,
Yeah.
let me see Adam 22 drop a tear.
Oh,
Sorry, God.
I don't got none of them kind of conflicts
Yeah.
in me.
If I see you cry, I'm be laughing.
I almost cried during that interview because he was telling the story about how he got in a fight at a bar and the guy stabbed his eye out, and it was so intense that I started to feel it.
You started to feel that thing.
That tickle.
That's got to affect your ability to ride a BMX, like not having an eye, right? Like
I think that might have been the end of at least some of his tricks.
your depth perception's gonna be.
You don't want to be spinning into your side that you don't have an eye on.
Yes.
If you're
Hey.
spinning this way and you got no eye, you're not going to see what the hell's coming.
'Cause I
Damn.
remember Fetty Wap. He was getting in. He got in that bike accident and all that, and
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the reason why, but I was like, that can't help your ability.
You said
To,
he got in a bike accident?
he got in like a motorcycle accident.
That's how that happened to
Oh,
him?
Yeah.
shit.
Great
Yeah.
minds think alike.
That's not why how that happened to him, but he did get in a motorcycle accident.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if he should be riding a motorcycle. I was thinking more of a bike.
Just him?
I mean, can you see to you?
I can see you with a 10 speed.
I went on I tried to ride a 450 one time, and I was trying to impress this girl I was with.
You fell immediately.
No, I couldn't even get it to start. Like I was like, I'm glad.
God was with you.
Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't, because I for sure would
God
have
was
like.
with you.
Yeah.
When I was in high school and stuff, at least like 4 or 5 famous BMX riders died on motorcycles. So I was like, I'm never doing it.
I know so many people that die on motorcycles. That shit is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's change the subject back to get off.
Yeah.
Has Lena ever made you cry?
For sure.
Made
This
me
week?
cry? Like,
Wash the
in what
dishes,
way?
you dirty fuck.
She's never
bitch.
been like so mean to me that I cried. I think I might have got teary-eyed when I proposed. There's definitely
So
been
you
some
guys haven't
intense
like have
moments.
anything where it's a touchy moment and you just cried over her and just was crying to her?
Oh, well, I've definitely cried just like looking at my kid with her.
I'm about to say, when your kid is born, I'm pretty sure everybody cries.
Yeah, I got choked up.
Seeing that for sure.
They were playing Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away.
So wait, you had music in the hospital?
Yes.
Hey, who did you hug? When
Cedar
you start
Sinai.
crying?
Bro, in Beverly Hills, Cedar
No, it's
Sinai, they
Cedar
were
Sinai.
playing that song. Whatever.
Cedar
Cedar
Sinai.
Sinai.
Whatever.
He couldn't
Cyanide.
help me. Look, I can imagine he couldn't help me. Just turn around and hug just down like.
Wait, what? My dad wasn't there.
You're like,
It was just
Gucci,
me and
Gucci
her.
man, get off of me.
Who'd you hug? The nurse?
No, I didn't hug anybody. My girl's under because she's getting a C-section. It's just me. I'm wearing this stupid like gown thing. I got a mask on while my kid's being born because it's like the height of COVID. And they're playing this song that is like an actual tearjerker that might make me cry if I just hear it on the radio.
That's crazy.
And my
in the
daughter's
hospital.
being
Music,
yanked
that's
out of
what
a
I
hole
said.
in my wife's body.
That's a surgical
Fiance.
procedure and they playing music?
I was surprised too. But to be honest, I mean, if they weren't playing music, I would hear the sound of the incision being made on the C-section, right? So I feel like some music might be a good idea.
When my kid's born, I want the doctor to be playing Finito in the
For
background.
sure, your kid is going to be born at a rap battle.
I need Finito playing.
I want to
for
hear,
sure.
don't drop that thun-thun-dun. Yeah.
You were
Don't
literally-
drop that thun-dun-dun.
You're going to be writing bars. You're going to be writing bars in your head while your child is born.
Yeah.
You're going to be thinking about how you're going to diss the kid when he gets older.
Do you want kids though?
Yeah, I want kids.
Like, why is it taking you so long?
Well, he's getting
Every-
himself together, right?
Every time that I've like come close in a relationship, I crash out.
So you got to be in a relationship that actually pulls
No.
off the-
I mean, it
No.
seems like a good idea, right?
Well,
I mean, but how long do you have to
I don't
be in
know.
one?
Lush does. We don't need NBA young Lush over here. I
I've
think
turned-
you should have relationship-based babies.
I've turned some pussies into graveyards in the past as well. You feel me?
Wow.
At them clinics.
How long do you feel like you got to be with a woman
Super
to
quick.
like, you know what?
So
it's
fast to
baby
claim the
time.
body right there.
A week.
I would like to. I'd like to. I would like to have a family like pretty soon.
I would like to see you settle down with a woman for a couple of years before you had a baby. Not one of these like.
No, we're gonna be old
Fly
as
outs
fuck.
you've been
Well,
doing.
if I get back with my ex, you feel me? That's
Is
like.
this hopeful?
I mean, shit. Like stranger things have happened. Although
Oh,
Have you been leaving like the breadcrumbs?
Well,
You've been.
I did have another bitch fly in this past weekend.
don't call her a
Mm.
bitch.
You
Come
feel-
on.
She listening right now. What's up, Lexi? That's her name.
Ah!
My bad. That's really her name. That's really her name. That's really her name.
So you had her flying, so you like her, you just shouted her out.
Lexi Pantera.
Not so she
Wait, did
she
you fly her out or she
no,
flew
she
out on
flew
her own?
herself out.
Oh,
She
okay.
a Latina from Ohio, and so this is the interesting thing that happened. So she was coming out, and I was like, you know, I'm still used to my girl or my ex doing my laundry and cleaning up and stuff. So I'm not really like that good at that stuff. I don't know if you guys are, but
I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I'm not-
Non-existent. I
I'm
used to
great
know
at
how.
laundry and cleaning up. I'm a real good guy.
you are.
Yeah, I
Well,
know how
he's
to-
a real
yeah.
dad.
I don't believe him.
You know,
He ain't doing no laundry.
I mean, my mom taught me how to do that at a very young age.
Yeah, no, like I know how to do it, but you know, I've been in relationships for a long time.
I don't even
so-
know how to use my own laundry machine. I haven't done my own laundry since we moved in the crib.
With that being said,
Lord
I
Jesus.
got my Blazzy's Nothing Personal RX laundry bag like overflowing with hella clothes and all that. So I was like, and my house is kind of messy, so I was like, I don't really feel like cleaning up.
Oh, you got a hotel for the weekend?
Yeah, so I
Ah.
was like, yeah.
Where'd you stay?
At the Renaissance LAX.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Okay.
it's like the nicest hotel you can get for under $200 a night. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's nice though. Like it's chill and
It's cool over there.
Yeah. It's a decent spot. Like so, I got the room right, and then this bitch started having flight delays and all that. Right?
You got catfished.
No. We already FaceTimed and all that.
Okay.
She said. I mean, I showed the homies her titties and
You
all that.
catfished
and
a fucking deep fake.
She's
for the
watching
record.
this, by the way.
I didn't
Yeah.
see no titties.
I'll show you.
He showed the
titties.
homie the
Okay.
titties,
I'll
and
show-
you got flight delay.
Because I got to see how excited Lush was about this on Friday before she came when we were on the music stream.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like, "Are we done? Are we done?"
Was you getting prepared though? Like you
Well-
had the music and shit playing in the hotel room?
I didn't jerk off all day. I was ready.
You got to jerk off. Clean yourself out.
No, I was playing with a loaded gun. I
Oh,
was
Lord.
going.
So
Yeah, you was about to-
So
yeah.
you wanted to hit it with a quickie first, and then come back round two.
That
Like,
nigga was about to give her
oh,
2
you're-
pumps in the
you're
squirrel.
so hot.
It was
I
about to
came
be
so
over before it
fast.
started.
No, I was ready. I was ready. Like she's got.
It's over, baby.
She's.
Did you play Pretty Ricky?
Pretty Ricky? No. Check game though.
Let's be in there.
Should have hit you, Ricky.
Check. Yeah.
Okay.
Bitch
What?
hit Joe Ricky. So check game.
was
So
a
the
good- that was
flights
a good one.
the flights got delayed till the next morning.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I'm in this
So you're in the
hotel
hotel by yourself
with
Okay.
a loaded gun.
That shit wasn't loaded after long. though.
Hell no.
So-
Unload it.
So I'm like, I need some pussy. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I need to get it popping. I
Get
have
up,
this room.
Kelpy.
So I started hitting up a bunch
Kelpy
of.
got it.
You're not far off. So just check game. Just check game. This is where this goes.
Okay.
Like, I got to come on here and be honest. Like, flattering or not, I give y'all the real.
If you're gonna admit you got a
Okay,
prostitute,
go
then
ahead,
that
do
is
it up.
So you
exactly
hit up
as
all-
honest
wait.
as I want you to be.
You hit up Almighty.
No, I didn't. I would. No.
I was gonna keep it at just Kelpy, but
I go. If I'm a solicit the services of a woman of leisure,
you're gonna do it solo dolo.
we hitting the motherfucking pages. You feel me? We like.
Ooh.
So you know how to do that because I don't know where to go.
I've had experience.
Ooh.
It's not my first rodeo.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
So
saying,
she's watching this, and you're admitted to fucking a prostitute the night before.
She knows already.
Wow.
She knows already.
Seems like a
Cold.
very open-minded woman.
She's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
That's.
Well,
She said
she
I
has
love you
syphilis
today.
now, so
No.
She said, "I love you today."
She said I love you today.
That's
Yeah.
why you ain't got no damn kids in a relationship. You come on here admitting fucking a prostitute, coming from a whole. Then she comes from a whole other state, pays for her own flight. Get out here. You feel me? Say you showed her her titties.
and the
to the
story's
homies.
not even done.
Yeah, the story's not even done.
No, it
yet.
gets-
Keep going.
Yeah,
This is
keep digging
at
the hole,
first I was
fuck it.
like, this story seems a little long. Now I'm really into
There's
it.
I'm
one
invested.
redeeming quality in here. But I'll let you finish.
Go ahead, I'm invested.
All right, so check game though.
He chose her over the prostitute.
No, so this is what happened. So I go on this little website. You feel me? I'm looking up different. I see like real nice Latina thickums. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my type. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, first I call another one. She a little expensive. Then I call, because the way it works, if y'all don't know, with escorts, not prostitutes, but escorts, is they're like gonna quote you a price, but then when they pull up, when it's time to actually do whatever act you're gonna request, they're gonna. Oh, I'm glad a bunch of people are coming in. Hell yeah.
In the middle of this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, they're gonna, as soon as they show up, if you want some head, if you're trying to fuck,
They try to.
they're gonna ask you for more money at that point.
Upcharge. It's like how they try to sell you magazines when you get to the front of the aisle at Ralph's.
Yeah, they're gonna ask you for more money at
Gum.
that point.
Yeah.
So what's the cheapest?
Okay.
So for like
So
an
where'd you
escort,
start? Where'd you start at?
So this one, it was a pretty good price. It was $300
Okay.
just to pop up
Wow.
for an hour of her time. Now, and I hadn't done this for a long time, right? So I'm talking to her. She seemed cool. Then she's texting me as soon as we get off the phone. She's like, what are you doing out here? I'm like, no, I'm from here. I just I told her the truth. I'm like, I'm from here. I have a homegirl coming in that we were gonna kick it and all that. Her flight got delayed. She's not gonna be until tomorrow, so I'm seeking some companionship for the evening. And then she's like, well, what do you do for a living? And I was like, oh, I'm a podcaster.
Oh my God.
And she's like,
Lord
Bringing me into it.
Jesus.
she's all
My
what?
boss is Adam 22.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she's all what?
Want me to FaceTime him?
She's all what? Actually, let me read the text. I feel like I should read the
Wow.
I think you should. Let's just
Fuck
hurry.
the
Let's
text.
just get to the
What
general
happened when
gist
she
of it. Yeah,
shows
this is a
up?
little too long now.
Okay, so so I got then she's like, I don't believe you, and I was like, no, it's really me. I'll send you a video.
Are you a cop?
Exactly. And then she's like, she's like, I need to make sure you're not a cop. And then I was like, no, I'm not no cop, bitch. What the fuck? You
Put on a
Google
Tuesday
me.
Google
show.
me.
I was like, I fucking hate cops. And then it dawned on me like, oh shit,
She's a cop.
what if this bitch is a cop? And I got all scared. You feel me? I'm like, oh, so then I start Googling all the different things like entrapment laws and da-da-da-da-da. And I realized like, oh, like I'm getting myself in a very precarious situation.
Yeah.
So before she pulls up, I text her back and I'm like, you know what? Never mind. It's all good. Like, you ain't got to come. Plus, when I was going downstairs to the lobby to smoke a cigarette, someone recognized me. They're like, Lush. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And that made you feel like you're too
Yeah,
important
yeah,
to have
yeah.
a prostitute kill you or get you arrested?
No, it made me feel like I don't want to be seen with like a blatant prostitute.
So
like,
you never did it.
Who knows? She
No, I
would be
didn't do it.
blatant.
This
She
is
might-
sad.
She might be subtle.
I didn't do it. But then here's like the climax of the story. Shorty winds up coming the next day. We have an amazing evening. I get a text the following morning from a random number, and it's apparently her pimp or whatever, right?
Oh,
And the pimp is like,
it's
I don't-
Kelpy.
she's like, you're, and at first he sends an address, and I guess it's the address associated with my phone number, but it's some random, it's some random house in South Central. I guess it's whoever it's like on East 70th Street or some shit. Whoever had it's like Luis Guzman, East
Number
70th.
before you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he said like it said like Luis Guzman, something East 70th Street, blah 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 blah. He's like, apparently you're on file for wasting my girl's time last night. Da 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 da. Like,
Well, now you
we
just
could
let
ei-
them know it's you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not tripping.
He's probably
not
not watching.
Luis.
I promise I'm not tripping either way. Then he's like, you we have to either we handle this on the phone or I pull up to this address and we handle it in person. So I'm like, all right, fool, like for sure.
You should definitely
So-
just ignore this for the record.
No, I thought it was
Should have
funny.
said pull up.
If you
I
ignore
thought
it, nothing will happen.
I thought it was funny, so I just wanted to hear like what this guy's voice sounded like.
Oh my God.
So I called him and shit, and then he's like, I need 2,500 right now. Da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, well, no hablo inglés. Sorry, this is Luis. Like,
That's crazy that they double down. Like any phone number that they get, it's like with us. Like if we get your phone number when you buy a T-shirt, it's like we're gonna send you a text about the live show. It's like, oh, you try to buy some pussy, we're gonna try to convince you that we're gonna come to your house and beat the shit out of you.
no.
So what if he actually drove to Luis's house?
No, it's worse, and this is how I know this fool sent me a fucking video, and he was pretending like it was like him, but it's like of a cartel. And
Why
it's
you
like
just didn't go to the massage parlor?
I was about to, but I was like,
You
know,
been
I
there
did-
before?
No.
Why don't you just jerk off and go to bed?
That's what I did.
That's what I did.
Yeah. But it,
That's nasty. This nigga, look at this nigga. He probably was sitting there just like that.
I would like to make a point here because the other day,
At the edge of the bed like this, doing it crazy.
have you seen what Kai Cenat's doing with like he
Come
got
on,
he
bro.
got a whole mansion and he's just streaming like infinite fucking hours out of this mansion, just
Mm-hmm.
him and his boys and some chicks hanging out. I don't know, like they're doing all kinds of different stuff. But I clicked on it the other day and I'm watching him do a lie detector test with the homies, right? And they're trying to think of shit that would be interesting to ask for the lie detector test, which like. Spoiler, there's not that many interesting questions you could really ask, so it seemed like they kind of ran out of like funny shit to ask right away. But they're asking each other like, "Have you ever paid for pussy? Have you ever paid for pussy?" And it was like they're denying it because it's like
but they're kids though.
but nobody wants to admit
They're
to that shit.
kids.
That's what I'm saying. You're so valuable to have on the podcast because you'll actually tell us your stories about not just like, oh, I got a hooker back in the day, but like, no, I tried and failed to
got
get a
this
hooker
weekend.
Last
a
night.
couple days ago.
yeah,
That's
about
dope.
a week ago.
That's way more interesting than whatever the fuck I got into
I
this
mean,
weekend.
we went to Tootsie's one day.
Tootsie's in.
I didn't pay though.
You went with
in
him?
Fort Lauderdale.
You got the
with
shoulder rubs?
In
You went
Fort-
upstairs?
In Fort Lauderdale, Tootsie's.
Miami,
in
fool.
Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In
Like,
Miami, Tootsie's,
oh no, because
yeah.
Top
they
low.
opened the
We went
original ones. In
upstairs,
They
Fort
get
yeah.
cracking up there.
That is the
That's
best.
wild.
That's
Wait,
the
you
best
went there-
strip
They
club.
bad too.
The
You
best
went there with
strip
the
club.
Last Kings team or what?
The whole Last Kings team.
The design team.
Everybody go ahead and get a room, baby. It's going crazy. And I was like, what's this?
That's really nice of you to do that for
Hold
your
on.
employees.
Hold
Josh, we
on.
should take everybody
Niggas
on a trip
look-
to a whorehouse.
They was all looking at us like this. Hold on.
Yo, what about
Hong Kong.
Oh, no.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong.
Or Colombia?
No.
No.
Hong Kong or
Lush?
Hong Kong.
Lush. I
Or
know you
Hong
remember
Kong,
it.
Mexico,
Lush,
right?
Yeah,
Lush,
yeah.
Yeah, I
Lush.
heard about that.
Tijuana.
The other day we were on here. You guys missed this, and nobody clipped it. But I was talking about a mosque for some reason, and Vell just
Oh
goes.
my God.
Vell goes, "What's that? Like a whorehouse?" And
All
then
bad.
we all start laughing
I know
so
why they didn't
hard.
I was not laughing.
And you just hear Vell right away like, "Oh man, what the fuck?" Like, he just knows he fucked
No,
up.
Vell goes. Is
Oh
that like
my
a church or
God.
something?
Oh no, that's why they didn't clip it. That's dangerous. You
Yeah.
can't be messing
I
around.
just
with
figured
that.
somebody on the Reddit would have seen how fucking funny that was.
I don't
But
need the
thank
nation
God
on
that's
my
just
own.
lost forever. Vell doesn't have to deal with that.
So
Yeah,
you
so-
just told the world.
Yeah. Speaking of
I could be
foreign
lying.
countries, I mean, shout out Turkey, man. Everybody in Turkey, man. God bless you guys. You know what I'm saying? It was a big earthquake down there. You know what I'm saying?
And you have a special connection to this country.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I know. I do.
You got
I
your
went down there. and I
forehead
love the
BBL
people.
there, yeah.
They were real. They showed
Nigga, you
real
too.
hospitable.
No, mine was in Beverly Hills, right by Cedar Sinai.
They had an earthquake down there too, but not as serious as Turkey.
No, that fucking earthquake they had was insane.
Was it like a 7.2?
It was crazy.
It was like
Buildings
1,600 people
coming
died.
down.
Well, it wasn't just Turkey. Like all the way to Syria, it was like it affected several countries in that region.
Yo,
Wow.
It's all bad.
insane.
That shit looked so crazy.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it was some little girl saved her baby brother's life, like literally like underneath like the rubble completely covered him, and she like jumped in front of him, saved her baby brother's life, and they were both rescued. Thank God. In
Terrible,
Syria.
man.
What you mean? Like jump in the rubble?
No, they were like both getting like crushed
Uh-huh.
by the house, by the structure falling on, and she laid on top of her baby brother. So
Damn.
yeah,
Damn.
like a
Terrible.
real one. But they
Damn,
both
that's
survived.
crazy.
Yeah, and
That's
she
crazy.
looked at like 6 or something. He like the little boy was like 3 or something. Like
That's tight.
Prayers up to all them.
Yeah, prayers up to all them. Prayers up to
Terrible.
all them.
Anyways, a quick ad. You asked for it and they listened. MyBookie designed a unique deposit bonus that lets you cash in and cash out quick. This is a unique deposit bonus for sports bettors who want to focus on what to bet on and not a payout sweat. Make your first deposit today with promo code NOJUMPER, one word, and wager your deposit amount once, and you're eligible to cash out. If you want a sports book that gives you the most for your money, bet on the big game with MyBookie. Pre-games, live lines, and Super Bowl props. Bet everything from the opening coin toss, the length of the national anthem, to the color of the Gatorade dumped on the winning coach. I can't tell you exactly who's going to win the Super Bowl, but I can tell you where I'm placing my bets. That's MyBookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. And I noticed that they finally fixed the spelling on anything. That was a missing I for like
AKA
a
Josh.
year or two there. It's not like he's writing this.
this got to be a big weekend for my
We
bookie.
need that. If
MyBookie
you
going
need that
crazy.
bet, Josh. I mean, for the Super Bowl,
Who are you betting on?
the Chiefs.
Who's playing?
The
Chiefs and the
You
Eagles.
need that? You grabbing the thing like you
We
need
were trying
that
to run
ball.
it back yesterday, and you said no way.
I mean, you said double or nothing. I mean, he's trying to get me for my money here. We need to make another bet a little smaller amount because I'm doing bad.
Wait, how much? You
Do you actually care about any of these teams, or is it just like
I
whatever?
actually don't care about any of these teams. I just need my money back. 'Cause I bet against the 49ers against Josh, and he won $100.
I'm glad I don't have that mentality about poker because if I wanted to win my money back, I would have.
Nigga, you be betting so much.
I would
bread.
have a lot to win back after the past couple of sessions. Let's just put it that way.
You're really smart, dog, to play poker, man. You really take it serious.
I lost like 40 grand in the last like week.
How much you think you lost overall?
I can't lose $100 in dice. I'll be sick.
I lost 40 grand and it actually doesn't feel that bad because I fucking played so many big ass tournaments and played for so much at the casino that it just was like not even. It's kind of hard to explain that to my girl though. I just went to the casino, I lost 15 grand, but that's like nothing.
Is you losing 40 grand like equivalent to me losing like $40, like low key?
No,
I don't
that's
feel
hurt. I feel hurt.
I don't feel anything.
Yeah, he does.
I know it's like it sounds like bullshit, but the truth is it's just like if I feel like I played correctly, then I can't get too.
Well, do you
upset
have a
over it.
limit, like a financial limit that
Yeah.
you're willing to?
Yeah.
Man, I lost $200, man. I was sick. I'm talking about like I just lost a lot.
Wait, I thought
Win, though.
you said you lost
Nigga.
like 1,200 or something, or like.
all bets combined, I'm 1,200 in the hole. Now
Yeah.
1,100 because only one of y'all got their money. You know what I'm saying? Which is Josh.
Oh,
Oh, you
what,
paid him?
You gamble with
I
people who
paid him.
don't pay their debts, huh?
I paid him. I mean that because I
That's
see
the
him a
worst
lot.
though,
Just 'cause you don't want
especially when you need it too.
I see Josh a lot. So
Right. Hey, so let's get into this a little bit. Did any of you get invited to Kazumi's party?
I don't know. I don't know her.
See, I felt bad as soon as I announced it in the group chat because I'm like, oh shit.
it's cool. I didn't want to go anyway.
I didn't give
Yeah.
a
Y'all
fuck.
look crazy
Yeah,
as hell.
You weren't even
Hey,
in the
look,
country, and
on.
I mean, it was mostly like a porn scene.
And it was
like
Grammy weekend too.
Phil, Bossa Nova, and Hurley were all there, so it wasn't all porn stars, but
I mean, but what's the thing? Is like big orgies going on, or is they just partying and dancing?
I don't know if there were any orgies, but there was definitely like a fuck tent, and like I kept kind of like looking into the tent when I would
You
walk
shoulda went
by,
there.
and I didn't
I'm
really.
smooth off the fuck tent. I ain't going for it.
You don't want to fuck your girl in front of people in the fuck tent?
What you mean you smooth
mean-
on the
I
fuck team?
mean-
You over here finger banging girls right on here on the orange carpet.
That was tight.
I really
Come
don't.
on, dog.
Yeah.
They could
That
have did
was
that
tight.
at Kazumi
I wonder
party
what percentage of the audience signed up for the Patreon just to see Lush rubbing Karmen Karma's vagina.
It already came out?
Yeah, patreon.com/nojumper or onlyfans.com/nojumper if you want to see
Lush.
the freakiest dude in town.
I didn't know, guys.
He was in that.
That was fire.
I didn't know. I was throwing up the set.
Right into her
I was
butthole.
throwing up the
You
set.
still be talking to her?
bruh.
You still DMing her and stuff?
Bro, she's
get her
not
number?
messing with
Yeah.
you no more, bro.
Yeah.
She
is.
messing with you or what?
She is.
He spit in
What?
her mouth.
She is.
You spit in this lady mouth.
Big
She asked
time.
me to.
Loogie status.
No, not a loogie.
Ugh.
I got good spit control. I know how to.
Did you smoke
separate
some
the-
cigarettes
You
before you
sucked
did it?
from the front of your mouth?
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pause.
Ugh,
but-
you ugly as a motherfucking spit in this.
If I go to spit in your mouth and if I get the spit from back here, that shit don't taste like the shit that's like just lingering around on my teeth.
That's
The
disgusting.
spit back here
Shit
is
tastes like
fucking
soup.
sewer venom.
Hey,
That's what I'm gonna call it.
Hey, what the man say? Fat and ugly as ever. However, you feel me? Like,
Ooh,
shit,
fat
come
and ugly
on.
and never.
Were you just watching Vlad
Gucci
interview?
down to the socks.
Were you just watching Vlad interview?
Locks?
Sheik Luch, yeah.
The locks.
He was talking about that line. Boom, stolen podcasting. Gotcha.
Oh, you stole
You're
a-
stealing
stole a
Vlad's
line?
bars. You just quote like I just heard him quote that
That's a
in an
Biggie
interview
bar.
clip this morning.
Oh.
Oh, great
okay.
minds think alike.
I mean, you seem kind of confused. It was a joke, but
yeah. No. Yeah.
stolen podcasting.
Okay.
That's a good
Great mind-
accusation.
great.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Nah, but like literally, I am fat and ugly as ever.
However,
Well, Vlad was making the point to Sheik Luch
He
that
down
Puffy
to the
was such a
socks.
Puffy was such a genius that he was able to turn Biggie into a star, and Biggie had been trying to be a star for a long time, and he was this fat guy with there was nothing special to look at, and he was basically just saying like, look how talented Puffy was.
No, absolutely, 1,000%. I mean, the shiny suits. Put him in a shiny suit. They gonna shine. He had. Well, also,
What if I told you all to wear
Not to-
shiny suits?
not to get too deep into this, but that was the whole thing. Like he hanging out with Pac, and Pac used to be in the Versace suits and
Mhm.
all that, looking mob bossed out. And then, because before that, Biggie was in the Carhartt hoodies. He had the con art and all that. He
Was on
wasn't.
his NY shit.
Yeah, it was like Dirty Tims and all that. Started hanging out with Pac. got a little bit flyer, and that's why now it's all about Versace. You copy my style, right?
5 shots couldn't stop me.
I took it and smiled.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm at the porn party, and while I'm there, it's at a castle of all sorts, and I'm not drinking or anything, so I'm in a totally like sober state of mind, standing there just thinking about the fact that if I was home, I would already be in bed, and the fucking war of the century broke out between Potlord, Yuriy, Destiny, and then Housephone got involved with that at the end, and I don't know, it was like. I felt like stuff was cooling down after last Tuesday, which was obviously a whole thing. And then that just like sort of relaunched all this stuff all over again. All of a sudden, I'm seeing a whole new round of people talking about it. And it just totally.
They put fuel to the fire.
Well, how did it make you feel? I'm curious, Adam, because, you know, like, I know you be rocking with Destiny and all that. Y'all do some content together.
Fucking
and then
asshole.
Obviously,
I love Destiny.
obviously, phones.
You don't love Housephone?
I love Housephone. But I mean, you're acting like I fucking, you know, if you're questioning whether I like Destiny, of course I do. I think that the whole thing to me though goes back, and I told Destiny this, is like he clearly just like didn't understand that when he was trying to make a point that it like basically to decode it. His point was you shouldn't do irrational or angry or violent things up to and including throwing the drink. Just because you know you like basically you shouldn't fuck up your blessings. Just because somebody said one thing that you didn't like or whatever. Like, that was what he was trying to get at, was basically saying that, like, you know, violence or even throwing a drink is, like, unacceptable in this situation. But while saying that, he included the line, like, nobody gives a fuck about your mom or something that just really...
Out of pocket.
Really hit bad, like, for everybody involved. I think when we all heard that, we were pretty bummed on it. And so then Potlord and Yuriy basically, like, choose to go to war on... YouTube streaming, talking about this disrespect, right? And then at some point, Destiny jumps into the call, and then you basically have Potlord and Yuriy just like telling Destiny that they're gonna beat him up. Like, I don't know, it was wild because I've listened to so many Destiny streams and I've never heard anybody have the kind of
That's crazy
attitude that Potlord had of just being like, "Yo, we gonna fuck you up, fuck you." Like, it was nuts.
Housephone been going stream to stream because when he was on that academic stream, he was tearing their ass alive.
He was going crazy.
He was going crazy.
He wasn't
they had,
playing.
and they just had, you know, one thing they're gonna always have over his head because of your motherfucking ass. Let's just let the record reflect.
Or because
you know what I'm saying? Just because of you. Let's just let the record reflect.
there's
They'll have one thing over him because
that's
of
the
you.
old narrative. That's the old narrative.
Okay, but they'll have it. And then they just kept calling him, you gay, da, 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 da. But other than that, just that one joke, he was tearing him up. Nigga, shut up, bitch.
But Housephone wasn't.
He know how to handle
You're
himself.
talking about the academics thing?
Academics thing, but
Oh.
I'm gonna move on into the Destiny thing. But I'll start at the academics thing.
Okay.
But the academics thing, I was like, yeah, my nigga know how to get at niggas crazy. But then you go lead into the Destiny thing. It's like, yeah, he know how to handle himself. You know, when motherfuckers start talking shit. But you know, I mean that mom shit. You know what I'm saying? It is a sensitive situation, and it's a sensitive topic. You feel me? That you know a lot of people don't know about. But yeah, I mean, I like how they handled themselves. You know, and they was digging in there. You feel me? And then they went all the way to they think Destiny is paying for his bitch. I mean. Which was like, I mean, they saying like he a little bit too pretty for you. You
But
feel me? Like,
the way that they violated his chick basically like opened the door for him to feel like it was cool for him to say whatever.
when
going
they
at
did
phone.
that means I struck a nerve. That means I got you.
That's the
I
truth.
see where your sensitive is. I see where it's at. I see where your trigger point is. Now, it's your girl.
But the thing is I've heard a million people try to do the girl thing to Destiny, and he just genuinely does not care. Like, he's in an open relationship. He knows other dudes fuck his girl. He fucks other girls when his girl isn't around. Like, I've heard a million people try to, like, embarrass him by just sort of, like, restating the facts of his relationship to him over and over, and the fact that he's bi or whatever, and try to be like...
He's what?
Okay.
I didn't know this either.
Yeah, fucking academics talked about this. I can't believe you missed that.
But the fact that he went back and forth and was writing tweets and doing that, I think he got a little more triggered than usual.
Honestly, I think that Destiny is expert level troll, and I don't even know if it was him being triggered as much as now I have an excuse to just go fully in.
Because he felt like it was okay for him to then do like the crudest, meanest insults possible because Housephone had pretty much like said the worst thing he could think of to Destiny, and I'm just sort of sitting back just like, oh my God, how the fuck did this get to this point?
So that's almost like an arm joke for me, right? If you don't know me. And then after you say the arm joke, I get to say anything I want.
Well, it's like smoking on their dead ops.
Anytime
you
talk about somebody's you though, like
dead mom, that's a whole nother level.
But if you do, now that I know that you did it, and you threw the joke, now I get to say whatever I want because whatever is more
except a dead mom.
Facts.
Okay, but if you were
that's crazy.
That's a whole nother level.
Okay, it may be another level, but I think once you really go in on somebody's significant other, that does kind of open the door to whatever, right?
No, once you say something about the dead mom, then I can say anything to you after that.
But no, honestly, do you guys think that Destiny is paying for his bitch?
I don't give a fuck.
Or y'all think he tricking?
Hell no.
You think he fucking more?
You think she got
bitches
married
than
for
she
money?
fucking niggas.
I'm not sure what the ratio is.
It could
you
be
don't think the ratio is like unbalanced?
Well,
it could be
whose phone is fucking buzzing, by the way.
That's my shit.
Jesus
it could be a
Christ.
citizenship thing, no?
Oh, because she's a foreigner.
She from Sweden, I think.
Okay.
I mean, she's young too. She's like 23 or some shit.
And she got it.
Is she bad?
Yeah.
Would y'all fuck?
Bad. I was like,
I mean,
it's
in an
Housephone.
alternate scenario.
Hold on, it's Housephone. Hold up.
Oh, well.
Housephone. We live.
Nigga, I know I'm watching. All right, listen. So look, check it out. The one thing that y'all that you guys are saying wrong is the fact that that nigga randomly went off and started saying the shit about my mom first.
right.
And then
Oh,
that's
really?
why
I agree.
He did. He did.
I agree.
That's a
why
fact.
Potlord, like
Oh,
y'all
on
acting
stream?
like we started just like attacking his girl out of nowhere for no reason.
No.
Bro, that nigga is-
He for sure came at Phone first. He made the comment about
No,
Phone's
I
mother
just
first.
watched Adam say the exact opposite, like acting like I fucking am out of pocket, or we were out of pocket for talking about his girl when that nigga started talking about my mom first out of nowhere.
No, but I said that. I said that he said the thing about your mom
Nigga,
for
I
sure.
just watched you not.
Well,
I just watched you say the exact opposite.
That's not true. I said that he was talking about
I'm
your mom.
watching
And
the fucking show, bro. What are you talking
you're
about?
not watching close enough because I obviously know that Potlord and Yuriy got on stream to react to the fact that he said something about your mom, and that was way before you said anything.
Nigga, make that shit clear because it seemed like you was. It sounded like you was saying.
I don't think anybody was confused.
That we were out of pocket or something. For
No,
saying shit about his
I
girl.
said that you guys
Nigga.
were reacting to something that he said about your mom first. I made that very
All
clear
right, well,
for the
nigga,
record.
clear that other shit up too. I told you to clear up too, nigga.
I was about to speak on that house phone.
Yeah, do it right now. Bye.
Wow, he's
Big
short.
phone!
Do me
Yeah,
a
nigga go beat your ass, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We'll see how that goes. All right.
My boy Phone is fully
You get at that nigga, cuz, and
activated.
nigga.
That nigga said, do it
and
right now.
speak on it right now. Nigga, why come over there and whoop your ass?
Oh my
No,
God. But you realize he was wrong right there, right? That like I did make it perfectly clear, and you could check the podcast that he taught.
I'm gonna have to run to take.
You don't
that.
have to run it back. That's
No,
what
we
he
ain't
said to
gotta
think
wait.
about his
I
mom.
mean,
All I know
Josh?
is Hawthorne.
Yes, Josh is
Hawthorne,
mine.
Bottom line though.
Hawthorne just
Bottom
came out.
line though. You talk about somebody's dead mom, they can say whatever after that. That shit is
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
super
And
for the
not
record,
only
he
that,
didn't have to
making-
call in. I already said the thing that he called in to
making,
correct.
but making a presumptuous comment like what he said was like your mom wouldn't give a fuck or whatever. Like, so it's not only are you disrespecting her, but you're trying to make an assumption on how someone that's no longer here to speak either way would feel about it, and disrespecting someone's mom at the same
And
time.
And for the record, I said that I contacted Destiny before this shit went fully off the rails and told him like that comment's not cool. Like that shit is just too insensitive
did
for
send
how
in
we
the
all
group
feel about
chat
it. Yeah, I
that-
showed
no,
you
no.
guys.
Yeah,
You
we saw
hit
that.
him up. You
We
hit him
saw
up.
that.
And then
Yeah.
Destiny, but then Destiny saw the clip of them talking about his girl and clearly then didn't give a fuck about the fact that I told him it was such a sensitive matter.
You know what really tripped me out about that whole scenario the most was Yuriy, who's usually such a sensible guy and who never steps out of character to that degree, and also is so privy to like the nuances of the YouTube world. But he was just like, fuck that, you got at my boy, I'm choosing violence.
Yeah.
Riley's getting in the mix. Like, it was going, man.
And I do
Oh, I'm
agree that
checking
there's a
outta
lot
here.
of times. Yeah,
You see
there's
it?
a
That's
See,
crazy.
I heard Riley spitting on there a little
there's
bit.
a
too.
lot of times that violence is not warranted. But if you talk about somebody's mom, like You need to get this shit slapped out of you. I'm sorry.
I mean, and that might be fair, but when you're arguing on Twitch, if you're just gonna say I'm gonna beat you up over and over, you're not gonna win the argument.
Going back and forth on the internet, and
especially
doing that,
with his audience, which is all academic fucking trans people and shit who want to hear a intelligent debate. They don't want to hear fucking you just like bang on them. But anyway, the thing that Housephone's referring to is basically when we were having our heated argument the other day, I misstated / overgeneralized whatever when I spoke about. When I said the line, I paid for the funeral. What actually happened was after Housephone's mom passed, I just reached out to him and I sent him an amount of money. And I just said, and I don't believe I've ever specified the amount of money on camera, so I don't know why. Like I've seen a lot of people like guessing at it and trying to act like it was whatever. But when I hit him up, did I say, here, pay for the funeral with this? No. I said, I know you're going through shit. Here, this will make shit easier or whatever. We might have mentioned the funeral or whatever, but anybody acting like he's fucked up for spending that money on whatever, that is not how I feel at all. I gave him the money to just help him out with whatever. I'm sure he had all kinds of different expenses at that time. So I'm not feeling that narrative at all of people acting like he did something fucked up. And the thing that's unfortunate that happened as a result of that is that then people in the comments start getting to his family members, and all of a sudden they're fucking arguing with him, and they're getting triggered by the shit that other people are saying about it. So, I mean, hopefully we never have to talk about that argument or the shit that led to it in the future. But that I just need to clarify is that I'm not looking at Housephone like he did anything fucked up in that situation, and the idea that he like stole the money or whatever is just stupid.
I just hate that he's going through so much shit back to back. Like, goddamn, can he get a fucking break?
Looking at that shit, when I was looking at it, I was like, God damn, Adam, shut the fuck up.
What?
I mean, because I was like, you're so argumentative. You're going to prove the point.
I don't
regardless.
think this needs to be said.
I
needed to. I already rebutted this fucking crazy opinion. He was saying things
the same way.
T-Rell, by the end of the podcast, he fully admitted and apologized for saying shit that wasn't true. So I don't know how you think that I'm going to sit here and have somebody say shit to me that is demonstrably not true and not respond to it. That whole idea.
You can't respond to it right after each sentence.
You can when it's that detached from reality.
No,
and he apologized. He acknowledged that he was saying shit that wasn't true. Yes, it was.
Crazy.
So you think I should sit here and hear out the idea that he thought that I did it on purpose? Because again, this doesn't need to be said because we already talked about it. So you putting exactly, but you putting out this argument that we already resolved is unnecessary because me and him already had that conversation and he already acknowledged that was fucked up for him to be acting like it was a different thing.
I mean, let me finish my fucking
because
sentence.
it's
It was going nice. It was finna go the nice route.
Because you're coming on the podcast and you're bringing up old shit that we don't have to talk about anymore.
It was going nice.
Yeah, you can make it nice now,
it was
but
gonna
you can't just sit here and
it was gonna
bullshit
curve
me.
this way. And you fucking, it was gonna curve left, and it was gonna go your way.
Ain't nobody getting fake narratives off on this podcast. That's all I'm saying. Fake narratives.
I was like,
all right, so make it nice. Tell me how
okay, I was like, my boy's
this.
so argumentative. I mean. You know what? Fuck you and Housephone. Y'all got y'all little
he's gonna
thing
say
going on.
because he realizes that what I was gonna say don't matter.
You're very argumentative. You feel me? In every point he had to speak about, you had something to say. Which was you were defending yourself. It was
a podcast.
But look, it is. But bad podcast. You always say, "Let us speak. Let the person speak, and let them get that off."
Right, but that doesn't mean like here, get off a 20-minute rant.
Well,
and say a bunch of shit that is completely.
You should still hear.
I heard him out and I responded.
Hypothetically, if he was to get off 20 minutes and just say everything that he felt,
got off his chest,
got it off his chest, right or wrong, and you had responded like, you know what, phone, I care about you. I'm really sorry about what happened. It was definitely not my intention. Like
water under the bridge.
Friendship.
I said a lot of stuff like that.
Hold on.
Because that's what I mean. But at the same time,
bruh,
Lush, I'm not gonna let somebody sit on the podcast and lie about me and make up shit.
No, I understand, but
you wouldn't either. And nobody would suggest that you should just let somebody go on a rant that is full of factual inaccuracies. And again, he has acknowledged this.
Right,
but
I'm saying at the end, after you said that, you like hypothetically, you could have been like, just to clarify,
this didn't happen.
You said a few things that weren't actually.
So correcting in real time bad, correcting at the end of a 20-minute rant is good.
It wasn't even correcting. It was just giving a
you
rebuttal
just
on how you're
give
protecting
you give somebody
yourself.
the same respect you would want to give to you. Because if you was upset and if the situation was delicate and you wanted
guys
to come here and give your shit off,
so unbelievably full of shit.
No, I think it was
because
This
you
how it
would
really is.
never
Who would?
sit there silently on a podcast and listen to somebody say shit that you know is not true for 20 minutes or whatever.
So you
without
saying the
responding.
whole thing was
I
not
have
true?
watched you podcast. I know how you get down. You motherfuckers are screaming at each other and talking over each other. I'm not
Not
going
in
to sit here and
that
let you
sensitive
give me
conversation.
advice that I know you would never in a million years
Bro, I've
follow
been on
yourself.
podcasts with T-Rell where he said shit about me that wasn't true, and I let him get his shit.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
there's shit
Lush
about you
is
having
really
BO and
I
shit.
feel like Lush has been through that a lot. And
Yeah,
he'll
but
sit there
that's-
and,
Yeah,
try
and
to
he
clarify
responded
that.
in real time because he's a fucking human being. The idea that I shouldn't have responded in real time is crazy.
You should respond, but you should have just let him get it off a little bit.
I
It
did
was
let him
not
get it
argu-
off a little bit.
Did you
I was just
not
responding
understand the
after he
severity
was-
of the situation for him?
Do you really think you have to ask me that after all the shit we've been through?
But I'm just saying that's what makes it even crazier that you wouldn't let him get his shit off.
No, I did let him get his shit off. I was just
To a certain
I was
degree.
correcting the inaccuracies. And you don't need to tell me any more about how I handled that situation because I know how I handled it and I know that you guys would never let someone sit there and lie about you to your face.
So what
For
would we do?
some extent, you would argue and you would tell them the shit that they were wrong about. Trust me, I've argued with you many times. It's very hard to get a fucking point across. So you acting like that's what I should have done? Hell no,
The
you
only
are
wrong thing-
hypocrites.
The only thing that
I've
you
never
thought
been.
was
I've never
wrong-
been in a situation to where I fucked up somebody's life indirectly and like that. So I can't even say how I
I've
would.
been
have
through,
been
I've been
raised.
through enough therapy to know the
yeah,
proper
I mean, the
protocol.
only thing you thought was wrong was him thinking you did that maliciously. That's
Which
the
is-
only
that's the
thing.
entirety
and you
of
were
what
just
he
trying
was
to
saying.
explain yourself,
Right.
But not that
Because
everything
it's
that he
not true.
said. Everything that he said, you did it. You know what I mean? But it like
No,
but you
no,
didn't
no,
do
no,
it
no.
in ill intention.
Almost none of it
You know what I'm saying?
was
He
connected
just
to
didn't do it in ill
reality at all.
intention.
He was saying that he thought I was happy when his mom passed. That all this, like the idea that I was gonna sit there and just let him get that off and not respond. Get the fuck out of here, because none of you would do that. Nobody in that situation would do that. You gotta fucking stand on reality. This is a podcast. I don't care how emotional you're getting. If you're saying some shit that is clearly not true, yeah, I'm gonna say something.
I just feel like at a certain point, if you allow somebody to talk through all of their feelings,
You don't need to say this again.
No.
I already said what I'm gonna say.
No.
Lush. There was
been
no
to
chance in hell.
therapy.
Because I'm not gonna have
Been to
y'all just sit
therapy.
here and harp on the same point
See,
over and
you're
over.
not even letting them talk.
No, because you guys are saying the same shit over and over. I
No,
told you
I was
what it
gonna
is.
say something different, but
This is
it's
my
okay.
I
podcast,
guess
and
we
I'm
spaced
willing
out
to
on
hear out
reality.
other people's opinions. But if your opinion is that I should have sat there and took
podcast.
that, get the fuck out of here. It's not happening.
It's my podcast. Now you're going, it's my podcast.
It is my podcast.
It's my podcast. I do what I want.
That is kind of the
did tell
gist
us
of
to
it.
fuck
I just
off.
feel like he would have been more receptive to
If we
additional
would've just-
feedback.
Yeah.
Well, we get that you feel that way, but you
I
know,
mean, I think
reality
everybody would have
is-
been a little bit more receptive if you just let me talk. That mean my feelings would have got out. I would have calmed down. I would have came to a calmer state, and then we could start talking.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying? But it felt
Right.
like if I'm antagonizing you, like
you're
hold on, give me
ignoring
my
the
point
fact
out.
that he was saying things that were clearly not true.
and I'm not ignoring that for you. If you feel like it wasn't true, you should be okay.
Well,
cool.
I mean,
and
you
then
all
let's
know
take
it
a
wasn't
talk.
No, he knows that too now.
Yeah,
He
and we
like-
had that
yeah,
conversation
like-
on camera, which is why you guys harping on this is quite unnecessary to me.
You know, it's not because I didn't see what the
It's
fuck
just
he was doing on
no, because
off
you're
camera.
drumming up. You're
didn't
drumming
see
up
it.
a point that we already had settled because you feel like it's gonna be better content. When I was trying to fucking correct the record and have this conversation about the fact that of what actually happened, but then you're bringing up old shit that we already talked
Man, I
about.
know you ain't talking about better content, Kelpy, man.
How is that not great content? I mean, Suspect made it a lot greater, but even the arguments before, every single thing Kelpy did for a period of time was viral.
Did anyone watch the OG Suicide, Kelpy?
No.
I've seen a clip or two.
I think
Shout
Kelpy.
out to Unc.
I
I intentionally didn't watch it because Kelpy was on it.
didn't either.
You're
but
that
I-
Well,
Should I watch
anti-Kelpy.
it?
is this part of the Kelpy deal that he signed to?
No,
Should I watch it?
he owes me another podcast. I got to do that.
I should watch it. I'm a fuck.
Adam signed him to like a 5.
No, I signed
Lord
him to a
Jesus.
2-podcast deal. One is
No,
already
he
filmed.
said on China Max shit it was 5.
He did.
Yep.
He must be flipping that 2 upside down.
So
'cause
are you
that ain't
regretting
true.
signing him to podcast?
I did not sign him to
And
anything.
he also
what do you
said-
think signing
Wait,
means?
he also said the number
You gave
too.
him two,
What'd he
two
say?
podcasts.
He said 5,000
dog.
an episode.
Whoa!
So he got the number of podcasts wrong, and he got the number
That's
wrong.
what he said.
Josh, you hear him?
Whoa!
Josh shaking his head side to side now.
I'll show you the
You
clip.
gave him two
Both of those
podcasts
numbers
for
are false.
5,000 each.
Both of
I'll
those
show you
numbers
the
are
clip.
Both
false.
of those numbers are false.
Is it possible that he is now in breach of contract for discussing said contract? I see Josh nodding his head.
Let me
But do
explain
you
something
care
to you.
any,
It's
though?
a
Let me
wrap.
explain something to you. The contract did not have a dollar amount in it. The contract said they wasn't going to sue.
Right.
No money has changed hands because the idea was that he was going to get paid after the Tupac gets. Now, if he wants to run around and put out fake numbers, maybe we'll have to address whether we will be completing this established agreement that we were originally going to do.
Okay, content man.
I believe the contract.
So-
I mean, if he's going,
Fucking
I mean, there's got to be a good chance that AD's getting it wrong, though, right?
Okay, I'll play.
Nah, I mean,
No.
yeah. Good, fucking
I don't want to
get
hear.
out
No,
of here.
why
You
are
wanna
you
play it?
phone man now? You picking up calls from everybody and you're playing clips
So
all
I
day.
can't pick up a phone for house phone.
I believe you.
Whoa, no, yeah. So
No, but yes.
he changed the rules. All
Last
the time.
time
This is
on the
his
podcast-
we don't never know
No,
what we can do. What we
Last
can't
time on
do.
the podcast, you
Now,
called
yeah.
like 8 people.
Now we
It's
can't
like, where
even
does that
talk.
come from?
They
We
were calling.
got to
They
institute
were
some fucking
calling.
control at a
Yeah,
certain
you just
point.
got a drink
You
thrown on
can't
you.
just pick every fucking
It was
phone call
fun.
up.
So now bad podcasting, we talking over each other, and then if you feel like it's a lie, then you can talk over
And you
the
just
person.
said-
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you didn't know you could respond when somebody says something not true
Not
about
while
you?
I'm talking.
And again, this issue's
You gonna
dead.
cut me off?
Don't talk about this anymore.
Well,
This
you
is-
also-
it's so like
You also
it
just
doesn't
said-
need to be discussed anymore. We already settled that shit
You also
on last
said
week's
I got
episode.
something wrong right now, and I was trying to prove that I was right. The same thing that you said earlier.
What?
Well, he asked.
I was just
And I
saying.
said I would have played it.
Yes.
No, I just was like, we don't need to play a bunch of random fucking clips to make the point.
Regardless, what would an additional Kelpy podcast be? You know, it's got.
I got an idea.
The logical conclusion is him and
Another fight.
suspect.
They are not going to be in the same room.
They have to.
No.
They have to do it to make
They,
sense.
they have
Suspect has made it clear he doesn't want to do it, and Kelpy said that he wants to box him.
Okay, so that's not happening.
Yeah,
That's so
not.
dumb. That's done. That's
Suspect
a losing
won't-
fight.
Suspect has made it clear though he won't meet up with anybody to fight. He'll just see him when he sees him.
to, which I understand.
I mean,
That-
I'm not doing the same thing. So I
Well,
feel
well
you.
that's why it didn't really like the concept of, and we were talking about this yesterday on the news, like the dude that was gonna fly out, the Kyrie dude.
Oh, the fight.
what happened to that?
He didn't come, but the fact that he was gonna fly to a different, get on an airplane, you feel me, pack a suitcase, go to the airport, fly 5.5 hours across the country,
Yeah.
go to a hotel, spend hundreds of dollars on Ubers and all that shit,
Call a prostitute.
call a prostitute, fucking get threatened by the cartel, and then go for a fade. Like, I understand.
I mean, no, but the stakes are a little higher though, because the term was if whoever won, academics would have interviewed Flacco, and if Kyrie would have won, Adam would
has
have gave him an
interviewed, yeah.
interview.
Okay.
So you not only are you getting an interview,
By interview, I was picturing maybe he like pops in for like a half hour on here and we tell
I mean,
a
that's
story or
still a-
something.
that's still a
something, yeah.
W.
I'm not doing like a full
That's-
2 hours or anything.
That's an interview.
that's an interview.
I mean, what I was led to believe was that me, you, and academics were gonna all meet up in a parking lot so that they could fight.
Somehow this shit was supposedly supposed to be in my backyard, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be at the
How it end
studio.
up being in your backyard.
You should have had it at the NBA Youngboy themed birthday party.
But you don't want to do
It's
that.
not there yet.
Bro, you don't want your neighbors to see you having a fucking
I
backyard
wouldn't
fight.
do that. You think I'm gonna let all these niggas come to my house anyway?
Go
No.
down by the
Hey,
river or something.
Who else thought that NBA Youngboy was like AI?
Nah.
In
That
what
shit
way?
looked it crazy.
You mean
dog.
the where he's saying that like
It just looked. I'm like.
I'm not violent
people,
anymore.
I don't like. And then his shit all behind him, and he just looked crazy. Just like he don't even talk like that. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
you know what? I never thought it, but when you just said that right now,
I don't like people. I don't like.
They said the
scared
same thing about
people.
DeMar Hamlin too. They was like he really wasn't at the game. You see when he was waving, you couldn't really see his face. So they playing this then.
You know who Joji is?
No.
Joji.
He used to be Filthy Frank, the YouTuber. and now
Okay,
he's
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
poppin' ass artist.
Yeah, yeah.
His label hit me up, ADA Rising, and they were like, they sent me a link to a clip on some other Reddit that was like a 15-second clip of me interviewing Joji, and it was fake. It's fucking AI, but they thought it was real, and they were like, yo, can we hear this full thing before it drops? Like, we didn't know that he did this. And I'm like, bro, I met that dude for like 5 minutes, like one time. Like, that clip's fake. And that was just so crazy, because it sounds like, it's not that good. Like, I feel like a better AI could have done a better version, but it was pretty fucking close.
Well,
That's crazy.
That's
It's
that's
getting
like,
that.
the AI
Yeah.
shit's getting
They
crazy.
could take your voice right now.
It's only
and
a matter of
say
time.
anything.
It's only a matter of time so they could fucking write a whole script, have my lips match up perfectly, put
With
fucking
the deep fake.
Putin on the couch and just make some crazy shit, bro. It's gonna happen. 10 years from now, who knows what that shit's
It gotta
gonna
be a
look
type
like.
of way to like debunk all that, like just to show like, oh, this is AI.
Yeah.
Because if not, we are in trouble.
Like Google reverse image search.
This about to be like Skynet. This like Terminator.
Well, no,
2
because you
Judgment
won't
Day.
be able to like really, the validity of video. You can see somebody on video. It could be some fight. Nigga, it could be some porn. It could be whatever. It's like, were they really
man.
there or no?
This is a great topic that we should talk about. Did you guys see the Twitch streamer who basically he was on stream and this is kind of old at this point since we probably other people have seen this talked about in the news and everything. Yeah, but he shows all of his desktop so you can see everything that's on his computer, and he had downloaded. Apparently, you can go on these sites and download like a full file of videos and photos that are like fake AI-based images of Pokimane and tons of other Twitch streamers. I looked through the whole fucking list. I recognized like 3 names, which made me feel pretty out of touch. But I noticed that some of them were like just straight up actors and stuff. Like who's that, Millie Bobby Brown or whatever? She was on
11.
11?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Stranger
I
Things.
seen her
Is
on
she-
the
is
list.
she
Is that
age?
wait? No,
She's underage.
I think so.
That's hella shady.
I think
fool.
so because I remember hearing a conspiracy about her and Drake.
Yeah, but she was underage.
No, but
she was
back
saying
then.
that. She
I think,
was
but I
saying
don't know.
that like she would
Bruh.
text Drake and that
No,
was her
because
friend.
she
and
was
shit.
Yeah,
on-
but she was like 16.
oh shit, she's 18 right now.
Oh,
I didn't
hell
even know what
no.
she looked like. I just heard people
I thought
talk
she was
about
younger
her.
than that.
Yeah, 11.
Well, that's pretty creepy that it was.
No, that's all bad. Fool.
Yo, she turned 18 like a year ago. But still, like that's pretty creepy that was in the fucking the list of these AI porn or whatever. But this dude is actually, I forget his name, was it Adioc or some shit, ATIOC or some shit. But he's like friends with a lot of these girls.
That's
these
the
Twitch
only
streamers.
issue.
Yes.
That's the only issue.
Well, but it's not the only issue because seeing the outbursts from the women who were featured on it made me realize how belittled and violated these women feel having these images out there. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, in a way, it's not that different from like the thing that's been happening since the beginning of the internet, which is like, okay, we're going to cut out Pamela Anderson or somebody who hasn't been naked on the internet. We're going to cut out this famous person's face and we're going to put it on a naked body. In a way, it's not that different from that, but somehow it just feels completely different because the AI keeps getting better. And I'm assuming this dude's like making an actual fucking business out of selling people fake Pokimane
look
videos.
at that Billie Eilish
exactly.
picture.
We all fell for the Billie Eilish
Yeah,
fake
we
titties.
I did
fell
not
for
fall
that.
for
We
it,
fell
but
for it.
I did.
You did.
We did. We fell for it.
I was
She had
glad I
big
already
titties
knew
on
about
it?
AI
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point.
She really do got big titties, but this is
Not like this. These was like some fucking H
bruh,
cups.
Yeah.
That
She was
shit
like
is
she was like
crazy out here.
chromas mixed with Billie Eilish.
Even Chromaz wishes she had titties that big.
But here, the thing is this: I understand how it could be viewed as a violation for a woman. However, that wasn't what this guy was tripping on, or why he had a heartfelt, tear-induced stream. It's because
She got banned.
It's because his wife was with him.
Crying.
And and his wife found out, like, oh, you're jerking off to our mutual friends.
This would have been a certain level of viral, but then the video of him crying and apologizing while his wife cried in the background made it so much more viral.
It had nothing to do with the deep fake element. It had to do with the fact that this is like, okay, for example, and I'm just curious, and I think I already know the answer, but Adam, your wife does adult entertainment.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Trying to get her to stop.
If okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Would,
I'm about to say that train is rolling.
you don't you
Good luck, buddy.
You don't care if your homeboys jerk off to her content, not with you in it. just-
Absolutely not. Although if they were like telling me, that would be kind of
This
strange.
nigga like, here, take Lena's fleshlight. Come do this. Like, nigga, no.
I mean, listen though. If
even I'm not fucking twisted enough to use.
All right,
Lena's
but
flesh.
That's kind of weird,
if
though, man.
I
mean,
knew, like, I would expect that if you were jerking off to my girl, that you just wouldn't tell me, right? Like, because it would be kind of weird.
why not?
Like,
Why not? You
'cause
got it out
none
there
of us
personally.
talk about what we jerk off to.
I never told
But
you.
you got it out there in the
I ne-
world. Why not?
I'm the horniest motherfucker in the world, and I never told y'all that I jerked off to anyone in particular. That would be fucking weird if you told me that.
I mean, but
so
you in the
thanks for
adult
telling
industry.
I never told you.
Hey,
Yeah.
my boy, you know what I'm saying?
He
Lena.
probably did too.
Now with
Wow.
that being
So
said,
you did.
me. How was
I'm
it?
getting off
That was
this
the
shit,
nut.
man. This is crazy.
That's what he
dog.
did in the hotel once
This
the
is
prostitute
wild.
didn't
he turned
come.
on Lena.
Hey,
You probably was in the back.
OnlyPlugTalk.com.
it's
he closed his eyes and imagined he was on
definitely-
Plug Talk.
It was him. It was Lena. It was
But that,
look,
nobody
look.
will ever make an AI fake shit of Lena because she's already naked on the internet.
I'm not-
These are all women who don't have nudes on
I'll
the
be
internet.
fully transparent. I'm not above doing that, but I actually haven't.
Okay.
But I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I haven't. With that being said,
tell me.
no, I wouldn't tell you. But
Hey, bro, that scene you made last night at Target, it was crazy.
okay. With that being
Adam,
said,
next week, could you go a few minutes longer?
with that being said,
This is crazy.
y'all who have significant others, if you found out that one of your homies and they aren't in that business, if you found out one of your homies did that, you'd be fucking pissed off.
That's a fade.
That's just weird.
Yeah, you'd be.
I mean,
pissed
if I
off.
wasn't in the adult entertainment industry,
You're not. You're just you. You're
if I'm
T-Rell.
just regular, that's
Yeah.
weird. If I'm
Bro,
in the adult entertainment industry,
If
I don't
I'm going
give a
home
fuck.
beating off the Heather, bro, that's a problem.
It's a problem.
Okay,
If you
but
were, if she was a porn star,
No,
She's
no
not.
porn stars.
She's not. She's
Just
there
right
is no
now.
porn
She's
star?
her.
I'm going home. I'm just
Oh, that's
But-
crazy.
okay.
Sorella!
do you
Sorella!
guys agree with this statement? What you jerk off to is your business, right? Like what you jerk off to is nobody's fucking business besides yours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you decide to share it.
Yeah, but that's the thing
Let's
about
go
it.
tell you
But
the
this
truth.
is it unethical
I don't
to
think
jerk
it's-
off to AI porn?
No.
Regardless of if you know the person. You don't
Porn
think,
is porn.
Is it unethical to jerk off to Pokemon when Pokemon does not want you watching these videos that are made of her? She doesn't want somebody else creating a business out of her doing it. Because normally I would say that you could just jerk off to like whatever you want as long as it's legal. And who gives a fuck?
Well,
But if knowing that she's an unwilling participant in it, doesn't it feel kind of fucked up?
That's
Like,
still weird.
Here's the thing, though. Like, and the people that are progressive neo-feminism, one of the things that they're kind of leaning towards in this scenario, beyond it being like masturbating to AI porn, is they feel like it's intrusive to masturbate to any random woman.
well,
And
I did see some lunatics trying to make that point. Like, it's not your right to fantasize about us.
Yeah.
It's like, again, what you jerk off to, as far as it exists within the confines of your own brain, is your fucking business. If you want to sit at home and jerk off to every single one of your coworkers and your boss, sorry, Josh, and everybody else, that's
You sick.
totally fucking fine. But as soon as you start like mentioning this publicly, or if you mention it in the company Slack, like, hey, I was just jerking off to you yesterday. I mean, obviously that's a completely different thing.
But that's like sexual
He
harassment.
said your
Yeah,
coworker-
That's like-
your
that-
coworkers.
I'm practicing nut retention right now. You know what I'm saying? Just
You
for
a goddamn
healthy-
lie.
You ain't got
It
no
makes
nuts.
You just came
healthier.
from Mexico. You was over there
I
tearing
was
it up,
practicing.
cuz.
I was practicing nut retention there.
All right, Kevin
And,
Gates.
and just it's making it makes my skin glow. I feel healthier. I can run faster. I can jump higher.
Run
What the
faster.
fuck?
I mean,
Hey, that's
it helps the body.
no. That goes back to
Does it really?
That's
No.
like philosophy. No, that's literally philosophies from Friedrich Nietzsche, like who believes in that. I want to paraphrase. I don't.
So
think,
people who had no access to
said-
modern science believed
he
that
said-
not jerking off was good for you.
he's a pretty like well-known philosopher, even though he was like the
I know.
template for Hitler.
I'm just saying that we
But
have a lot more
he said-
abilities to get actual data on.
It
How
does, it
jerking
does
off
help
affects
you to a certain extent.
The reabsorption of semen into the human bloodstream is the greatest source of power, is what he said.
If
That's
we were
what
to go through,
boxers do.
if
You
we
know
were to
what?
go through all the
Boxers
things
do
that
that for
Nietzsche
sure.
was wrong about, we would be here all fucking day.
I'm just saying, like,
All right,
No, because
T-Rell,
boxers
so
This
how
is a
long-
question for doctors, not fucking
T-Rell,
science.
How
or
long?
not
they
How
figured
philosophy.
it
long
out.
are you doing your retention for?
I'm lying like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
But boxers do that for like what, a certain amount
Yeah,
of
a
time,
couple
like 3 to
days.
6 months.
Well,
No, it's like
No,
3 to 6 months. It's
it could be a long
up
time,
until
though.
the fight. It's
Yeah.
up until the fight.
I might get in that ring and fuck my opponent.
Well, that's the thing. Fuck them up.
No, fuck him. Pull those trunks
They
down.
They
Beat
do
it up
kinda
and bust
kiss
a nut
each
as a
other
bonus.
at the weigh-in.
Bend over, Jake Paul. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I don't think my life gets
Pause.
better in any way when I don't jerk off. If anything, I think when I go 3-4 days without jerking off, I start to feel like significantly more stressed out.
Bro,
3
you're
or
a
4
real-
days.
you're a
Yeah, even a
fucking
couple
weirdo.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't bust when I'm mad.
When you do like have sex and then you know what I'm saying, you do bust, like what does it release? What is it? Endorphins?
Hell yeah.
And
All
release
kinds of
endorphins
shit.
and then
Endorphins.
endorphins release stress, I think, like that.
Hell
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Makes
think
sense
that's
to
it.
me.
You ain't
It
never been
certainly
stressed
feels
out,
like that.
Get some top and just go to sleep. You feel great.
And then you
on.
feel, you start
You be
feeling great. I mean,
"Ah."
but endorphins is released by working out,
Yep.
having sex, and then it's a few
Anything
others,
you enjoy, listening to music, eating
Drugs.
chocolate. Like,
drugs.
I mean,
I
realistically.
mean, maybe.
yo,
I mean,
so when I was like 18, I was in a treatment center, and it was like a really strict, hardcore treatment center in this little podunk town called Prescott, Arizona. And there's like one of the rules was you can jerk off, and if you did, like if you jerk off, like
The whole
and-
town comes around and tars and feathers you.
No, but like you're like because you're like snitching is really encouraged in there. Like you're supposed to tell on people for everything. So and if you like
Did you
find
ever
out,
do it?
did I ever jerk off?
No, tell us about it.
I got told on for jerking off several times.
how do they know?
Because like they'll like
That's what Boston Richie did too. He snitched on someone for jerking off.
so.
Shit.
No, I got so here's what happened. It was probably like 7 or something at night on like a Sunday, which is a free day, and everybody's off doing little activities and shit. I go into my room to jerk off. We have roommates. We have people in the room with us. The roommate like came into the room. He like seen me under the covers. Like it's obvious what the fuck's going on.
Bro, you crazy, dog.
I wasn't mid jerk at the time. But
Was
like,
you
he knew-
screaming?
Huh?
Oh,
Sorella.
So you was on your back or on your side? Nigga on his back, dog.
I was.
Like,
You
bro,
might be like,
this is
You
crazy.
jerk off on your side or your back?
I for sure. I jerk off on my back with my head elevated.
Yeah.
With your head elevated.
Yeah.
What do you
I
look
don't want
at?
to be like this. Like.
I would rather be seated.
This nigga said with my
Seat is
head
cool.
elevated.
Yeah.
I sit down in the shower.
you sit.
Yeah. You sit when you
Yeah, but
take a
everybody always
piss.
says there's a bench.
You do all
Oh,
kinds
okay,
of
on the
okay,
ground,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say you fucking get.
we said this exact
Bro,
exchange.
this is
of-
crazy.
That's rich
Change the
shit right
subject,
there.
dog.
That's rich shit.
Yeah,
Oh
why
my
do we always end
God.
up talking about beating off?
That's Paul.
We gotta have, like,
Let's get out of here.
I want like a flashing red sign on the wall
Segue.
that says you are talking about beating off,
Yeah.
so I can just be
Is
informed.
that like a? Okay, my bad, guys.
It's
Yeah,
good, but it's
you was
like
level. Your
I was
head
just-
is leveled and you on your back. We cutting this combo.
I just thought it was crazy that they tell on you for jerking off.
I want you to come in with a video, you jerk it off, and we'll all watch it and react to it.
I'm not watching.
We
This
all
is
ain't doing shit.
Crazy.
But
You
remember
can say
when,
it's AI.
remember when people would react to like Two Girls, One Cup, and they would all like Soulja Boy be watching it and just screaming and shit.
Haters will
Hey,
say
but
it's
we
AI.
watch content right here in the where everybody's at. And I would call it break or meeting room. But one day, what if you walk in? Content is content, right? So what if one day you walk in and you and Lena is on the TV and everybody just casually just working, and then just would you be mad?
I think he'd be psyched.
I'm suing.
I'd be disappointed as a boss. That
Be
clearly my wishes for this brand have been so misconstrued.
I'm gonna sue
that
the
everyone
fuck out
thought
of
it
this
was
place.
okay to gather around and watch my porn. But clearly it would be on. Clearly the culprit is the person who put it on.
Oh, okay. I got an interesting plug talk question.
Why the fuck do you guys always have to talk about plug talk, dude?
You talking
What
about
the
plug
fuck?
talk? I can segue out
No,
this shit.
This is
I
a-
don't bring it up.
It's a hip hop plug talk
Oh, all right.
question. All right.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, yeah.
Your most recent guest
Mm.
is the significant other, the girlfriend.
The
of-
former significant other.
Okay, they're not together no more.
No, of course not. No.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Okay.
That would have added a whole
I
different
thought you
layer to
just
this.
fucked Freddie Gibbs' bitch. All right.
No.
like, okay.
I did not even fuck her at all. I had a couple of my cohorts take care of it. She did a guy girl scene.
Damn. So
Oh,
Freddie.
so you weren't involved with. Okay.
Wow.
Where's Lena in this?
In the other room with me hanging out. No,
Oh.
I was watching it. She was in the other room working.
So plug talk that doesn't have to be just you two no more.
No, we've done a lot of episodes with like other people hooking up and stuff. But the idea was that she was gonna work with these two dudes, so we did that.
So she got tag teamed.
I am not sure if and when she's gonna do an interview in the future, but I do believe she's got a story to tell.
Is he like
I'm
already?
I'm not in the business of exposing rappers anymore. I don't interview rappers' salty ex-girlfriends, which I know sounds crazy because
Anymore.
I've clearly done this in the past. But
You learned your lesson.
and actually, I
3
guess
weeks
I
ago?
interviewed Coco Bless the other day. She was talking about some whatever OG
OG
suicide.
Suicide.
OG
something like that.
suicide.
But I didn't want to do any content about it. But I believe that perhaps she might be doing some kind of content about it. I
Okay,
don't know.
okay.
Has she done porn in the?
She already was
past?
fully in
She
the
been
porn.
a she been a
Yeah,
porn
yeah.
star.
And that was
okay.
really like the only
Yeah.
thing she said about their relationship when she was doing the interview, because these dudes interviewed her as well.
Okay, yeah.
And they asked her about how they got together, and she said that at first they were in an open relationship where he was fucking whoever and she was doing porn still, and then he said he wanted her to stop doing porn and be exclusive, and they were together like 2 years.
How much did y'all pay her?
It's a content trade, so
Let-
it's on her OnlyFans. as
Let me
well.
find out y'all was listening to Alfredo when this was going on.
No, but I resisted the urge to use Freddie Gibbs songs in the TikToks of her.
How
Yeah.
well does that content trade, go over? Is it an even trade to where you think it'll be lucrative for him?
I'm not sure, but if that's what they are down to do, then that's what we're doing.
So
And Plug Talk gets extra exposure because we're on their OnlyFans as well.
I'll go on record as saying that Freddie Gibbs is one of the best rappers and has been for several years. And
Well,
I'm
he hasn't yet reacted to his
Lyrically,
ex's
can't-
appearance.
lyrically,
Ain't too many people
flow
fuck with
wise,
him.
yeah, and he's like, if you're into like alternative, like boom bap type hip hop, like all his projects with Mad Lib and shit with Alchemist, like he one of them ones.
I'm not gonna lie though, your ex-girlfriend going to plug talk right away.
It's crazy.
It can't be the best feeling as
But
an
I mean,
ex-boyfriend.
Not if you're a porn star and you're aware already.
If
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
academic,
If she was already a porn star, who
Yeah,
gives a fuck?
Nah,
it'd be
but-
different if y'all broke up.
nah,
and
but
she's
if
like,
I'm
I wanna go fuck
academic,
with
But
Adam
it's
and
just
them.
weird though because me and him are both like hip hop ish
yeah.
adjacent.
Look, if I'm academics and I have beef with Freddie Gibbs, and I find out that Adam and 22 just fucked.
I did not, for the record.
Well,
I
say
know,
he
like-
just smacked.
Yeah, no, I would. That's why I was wondering, like, how come? Because I felt like this could potentially be.
It's the second time Adam has done this
Who was the other one?
with somebody that's.
Oh
known.
yeah,
Who's
Yeah.
low key.
Who else's girl did I fuck?
You didn't fuck her, but she was on Plug Talk, and she did something with a guy.
Who was it?
It was Axel girl.
Oh, Selena. Right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the potential of ex's ex-girl, correct? At one point.
I hit her up. I
Yeah.
told her we could work together, but I don't think she's doing
Adam
it.
just want to fuck
She's not
everybody.
working with other guys. No, I'm
Every
just trying to
rap-
go viral. I'm trying to make money. It's really.
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean, you say Adam just wants to fuck everybody. You know that's not true because I don't fuck anybody off camera.
Do we take a break? Okay, so hypothetically, I mean not hypothetically, but okay, you guys are finna get married. Boom. A baby is it's coming. Another baby is coming. Do
Mm.
we take a break? And how long are we taking this break?
We're not going to go as deep into the pregnancy as we did
Last time.
last time. Just because I feel like we have a lot more stuff that we can do. But she'll probably stop by like, month 2 or month 3 when it starts to become a thing. It's kind of weird because for a while it's like it's getting big, but you don't really like see it.
Pregnant women are beautiful. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, I love
Do you
fucking
plan
my girl when
on
she's
having
pregnant.
another baby soon?
Yeah, once we get done with the wedding and shit, probably within a year.
Woo!
But to be honest
Lush,
with
you
you,
better hurry up.
Shoot the club up.
I
you
decided
can't even
Club
shoot the
up.
club up, man. You running out, just running the tank running out, man.
How come?
Man, you don't know.
you gotta get on testosterone.
Hey, bro, I got. Hey,
that tank getting no, man.
let me tell you.
You on
let
a
me tell
quarter.
you.
You on a quarter.
Some of this DNA over here is Italian, and that means we be popping them out into our 60s. You feel
Oh,
me?
yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Well, you
that
say
means-
Oh,
we,
yeah.
but you mean like some Italian people. There's no telling you're going to be able to do that.
I can nut. I'm gonna tell you
Right.
right now. Like I can.
I mean,
nut.
they
Yeah,
say-
with your head back.
They say like Latino women get pregnant
Where's
so
my
easy,
minion?
but there's some Latino women that can't get pregnant. We don't know if you can make it swim until you actually impregnate a woman.
We don't know.
But you
True.
said you're the abortion guy, right?
It's happened a few times.
So that was back in the day.
R.I.P. to
How
the
many?
little homie.
Damn, a few times.
R.I.P. to the little homie.
You think about him at night?
That's messed up,
Do I
dog.
think about him at night?
They're like, meet me at the crossroads.
That
song
is
comes
so
in the
crazy.
club.
And we gotta heaven.
Well,
We
before
gotta heaven.
when you're young, before you
Fetus
lose
gonna be
homies, all you
Charlie.
got is aborted babies.
That shit just make you feel so bad.
Little fetus gonna be his child.
That's when it's
Right.
my daddy. Gotta found it down.
Y'all crazy, dog. We gotta go to Duna around, just have kids. Go ahead. You know what I'm
I
saying?
seen Duno taking your bitch out on the town. How's that going?
Yeah, I
he
like that,
is.
man. Go get his content.
Dude
Man. That's
don't
my
look-
little brother, man.
Duno looking good, bro. Pause. He lost hella weight.
Wait,
He
he
doing his thing.
I
He
tra-
did something with Lena, but I don't think they dropped it yet.
I
He
tried.
did something.
I
Well, a
traded.
podcast.
I traded. Heather and for Cookie.
I'm not.
Cookie.
Cookie is his girl?
No, that's his sister.
Oh,
Oh shit! Me and Josh on the same thing.
I don't know.
Hey, on back on Fig, Smack sent her a voice note.
Oh,
Say happy
Cookie?
birthday.
Oh my god! Shout out Cookie though, man. I love Duno, man. That's my little bro, man. You feel me? Whole family, man. He a good dude, man.
Real good dude.
AD is a good dude too, man. I love y'all, man. It's tight, dog. And I was just telling them, man. I seen OT while I was in Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
just randomly at the same hotel, just eating at the fucking pool. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro.
It's nobody else that has this fucking bald head.
It's so crazy
When
when
you
you see
ran up
somebody
on
you
her-
know while you're on vacation.
Like at the same hotel, which is just like so crazy.
Yo,
like
that's
When
the
you
weirdest
ran
feeling.
up on him, bro, the nigga was like,
he like, bro, come on, this is not in Cabo, man.
Did he have the chain
Shit.
on?
Huh?
Did he have the chain on?
No, hell no. It's relaxed. We ain't gotta do none of that
Ooh,
shit.
He
You
tucked
feel
it
me?
for vacay. I like it.
That nigga's
None
not
of that
tucking
shit.
it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
No.
No, when
It was
I was
fun, though.
uncomfortable standing next to OT when we were in Vegas at the fight, and he got that fucking. It's like a brick of diamonds.
He had just got it too.
I'm like, I don't want to stand this close to this because I feel like somebody might do something to me to get close to this. This
Hell
is
no.
awkward for me.
I mean, we all got to fight it out at that
Hell
point.
no, I'm a pussy.
Shit.
I don't want to be nowhere near that kind of shit.
Man, you
Oh,
was
we
good.
we seen when he threw that drink on your ass, but
For the record, the drink did not hit me. I might have felt different about it
That
if
shit
I
hit me.
I remember. I might have felt different about that if I had actually got a face full of fucking Jamba Juice. But the
Shit.
fact that it didn't even get a splash on me, kind
And it was a Lush and Jamba Juice.
This fool Adam hit him
because
with
it was
the,
just so slow.
we
bro.
owe you a gift card.
no, Adam hit him with the Mr. Miyagi. He said wax off, and that shit.
Bro, that
flew to the
nigga,
side, like,
Yo.
punted it and it came to me.
I did like a sidestep and then just dropped the jacket. The jacket just slipped off of me as if I was like preparing for battle.
Hey, the funniest
weird,
shit
man.
though, I'm like this. I'm like, Adam, go. The nigga's like,
Yeah. You told me like to walk away. I was like, oh yeah, all right.
I thought it was finna go down outside when we went outside for like. a
yeah, because
second.
Adam walking up like what the fuck?
Adam walked up low key aggressively too. He was
That
like,
nigga phone said,
"What's
you
up,
pull up,
phone?"
I'm gonna sock you.
I was
He
like,
said, "I'm a fire."
no, I was just
said,
like,
"I'm
pull
a
up,
fire
I'm
on
fire
you."
on you
no,
right
he said,
now.
I'm a fire on you.
You take one step closer, I'm gonna fire on you.
No, I was
Hey.
walking up on some tough shit. I was just like, well, we don't have to stop arguing just because we got off camera, right? Like we could keep arguing, right? Which we then did when he came back like 10 minutes
No,
later.
it was like the conversation that was had off cam, by far the most productive.
The
dialogue
the
of the
off
whole
camera
thing.
was good, you're right, and then on camera was good, but then somehow everything that happened over the weekend felt like it kind of soured whatever positive mood there might have been at a moment there. I don't know.
I mean, it's a lot to take in, man. It's and with more shit like happening in the interim with him,
Stall
it's just
my
like,
boy
come
out
on,
one
man.
time.
The thing is though, is
Stall my
that
boy phone out.
fucking with Destiny is, I mean, there's very few people online who got a fucking fan base like his. Like they're like, he tweets something and he has like 1,000 people responding to it within an hour. Like whatever he was dealing with at that time from Destiny's fan base, I'm sure was not fun because it was probably a lot, you know. Not to
And-
say that they would do that.
And
But
some of them say like some kind of racially charged things, and
I could see it.
He said that he got that too.
which is not.
It's too
He
bad.
say you see his DMs, it's the hard R, a lot of stuff
I feel
like
like
that.
even the wokest creators, at some level, they have like a percentage of their fan base that is gonna actually just say the worst thing that they can to anybody that they see you as having issues with. You know?
Well, and
Okay.
whether or not they mean it. they're
Okay, well
just-
then let's talk about the not the wokest creators, but the young creators. You know, having these having people come on their stream and say the N word. You feel me?
Who
And
did that?
How do we feel about it? Kai Cenat.
What he
Oh,
has.
the
Kai
Harry
Cenat.
Potter. The Harry Potter,
the
yeah,
Harry
yeah,
Potter
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
He said,
yeah.
"Repeat after me," and then boom, he was like, "Say this." He was like, "Yes, what?" I forgot what.
Oh wait, he was
what
making the
exactly
game
said.
say it.
He was like, "Say."
No, he had like a role play like Harry Potter. He had like actors and stuff in his
Yeah.
on his stream.
And he was making them say the N word.
This one young lady, he was like, "Repeat after me," because he was,
white
making
girl.
them do both stuff, and he was like, "All right, say, what's up, my nigga," or something like along those
And
lines.
she was
she
white?
repeated at yes, and she repeated them. She was like, "Yeah, what's up, my nigga?"
I gotta see that.
How you feel about it?
I was asking you, motherfuckers, but y'all obviously ain't seen it.
I
but-
pulled a you on you.
I feel
mean,
bad
but-
for her. I didn't see it, but I feel bad for her because it feels like she probably didn't realize how that was gonna go
I
over.
think No Jumper posted it.
Did we?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
did. But
I
pull it
haven't-
up so you
haven't-
can kind of read it, get
I
in
would
some
love to see
context
this,
for him.
yeah.
It,
Yeah,
rem-
put it in some
I would
context
love to
for
get
him.
claimed by Kai Cenat's channel.
it reminds me of like the Kendrick concert. Remember that
Yeah,
when he
remember that?
he brought like the white girl on stage to sing Mad City, and
But it's not done in a malicious way.
but they was heated.
You
at
got
her.
black
They-
people next to you.
They were booing her though.
They
was
booed her.
pissed. Yeah,
They was booing
they
her.
was pissed.
How are you gonna say that on stage with Kendrick?
And then they had like some other kid, some other white boy did it, and he censored himself.
Hey, and they
were-
went crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, huh? They're like, ah!
Where your grandma?
But these are
stay,
white
huh,
people
ma?"
and these white people in the audience screaming for you too. This ain't all black people.
But let's be
It's
honest.
a mixed audience.
If you go to
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
concert and when that word comes up, everybody in the crowd says that word.
Hell no.
Oh,
These
okay.
days,
Did-
nah.
did y'all?
I've heard
Yeah.
it.
It's, it's at
times.
least 50% lower than the every other word in the song.
Did y'all see the footage? This shit cracked me up of Roddy Ricch, and I don't know if he was in England or
This recent?
Australia. This is last summer. It was last summer, and he was at a big ass festival. Like there was like 20,000. I want to say it was in Australia. I could be wrong. It was somewhere in Europe, maybe if not. but the whole crowd, there's like 30,000 people. There's a huge crowd, and they all white. There's not a fucking
Black soul in the building.
not a black soul in
You
a
go to
10-mile
Australia,
radius.
you're gonna struggle to find a black person.
And like
anywhere you go.
And he starts performing.
Even a black
He
kangaroo.
starts doing the box, right?
Yeah.
And like they're rapping every word to the point where he stops rapping. They're singing along. And like she sucked
Suck a
a
nigga so.
but with the like she sucked a like with the accent, you feel me? And then they all said it. Like
I said, you better not slip up right now.
they all said
It's
it.
Black
Like,
History
All
Month.
said it in the
We
crowd.
gonna fuck
all
you up,
said it.
Lush.
All
Bro.
said it.
But what did Roddy Rich say?
I'm not going to, but I'm
He
pretty
called
sure
them
you
out
wouldn't.
for
Black
it?
History
I'm
Month.
pretty sure you wouldn't, but I'm not going to.
For
It
what?
is-
Roddy,
it
Roddy
is-
called them out for it?
It is
No,
Black
Roddy
History
didn't
Month.
say shit.
But what? Everybody it went viral just because they were.
It went, yeah, there was a lot of conversation around it.
What did
after.
you do for Black History Month? What are we like?
Oh, we
is
just
there
started.
any incentives?
I'm just
We
getting.
just getting
I'm just getting
started.
ready. I'm just getting rolling. You know? I got a whole plan.
Is there any incentives for Black History Month?
What are your ideas? Do you have any ideas for things we could do around here?
I mean, I love McDonald's personally.
How about a
give
day
me a
where
gift
all the
card.
white
You give
employees
me a-
aren't allowed to come in?
Black no jumper takeover.
I don't know who's gonna record the podcast, but
Everybody
find
black
somebody.
should,
Find
everybody
someone.
black should work.
Could Kelvin
Shout out
do
to my guy Six.
No,
He could come over here.
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel-
six can come over
wouldn't
here
it be
and
more
work.
fair if
do
all
it.
the black people got to stay home?
I'm
And
with
then-
that too.
But then Wednesday's
And
just
just
gonna be
pay me?
Duno. Duno and Josh.
I'm with,
No,
I'm with that.
Duno's
I'm with that
5%.
one too.
Duno's 5% South
He is.
African.
All right, he
don't
can
count.
stay.
I'm 2%.
He's really 5%. You're not 2%. Fuck out of
Yo,
here.
but
Do we know what type of South African he
I
is?
d-
are you aware
it said
of?
Ghana.
Listen, are you aware of the greatest mispronunciation that Smack has going that Lush put me onto the
Oh
other
yeah,
day?
this is great.
What did he say?
When he says devil's advocate, have you seen
Oh
it?
yeah.
I'm gonna play African devil. That shit kills me, bro.
Hey.
Better fucking living. Come on.
That is one of the funniest things
Shout
I
out-
ever heard.
Shout out to my boy because we was
Yo.
on the stream.
Oh my god.
And he said, "Yeah, we over here on cappuccino." Bro, that shit was amazing.
But-
bro.
we
over here
Instead
on
of caffeine, he said
cappuccino.
cappuccino.
I'm gonna play African devil
He
though.
called caffeine cappuccino.
Amazing.
Man, that shit is
Amazing.
crazy.
Well,
yo.
while we were
The
on
goat.
here,
Shout out to my boy,
he
man.
was giving Yuri a hard time saying that Yuri and Potlord were dissing on Smack too much for mispronouncing shit. Do you feel like that's true?
All I'm gonna say is
hold
the
on.
Is that
homie,
accurate?
the homie didn't like how he was getting done on there.
Ooh.
100%.
Yeah,
Look at
he
this.
didn't like that.
They were swearing
He
that they
liked
weren't
that.
offended or that they weren't being offensive and that Smack was having a good time with it. And Lush was really like, nah, I think y'all were being a little
And I got
offensive.
fucking
Smack didn't appreciate
and I
that.
got gangbanged in the fucking comments afterward, like on that clip, and they were like,
Really?
"Oh, Lush trying to be a savior."
No,
And, like,
Smack said it himself that
Yeah,
he
Smack
didn't
was
fuck with it.
Smack was like, "Hey, what's up with your boy Potlord?"
He called him
cuz?"
Pop Lord.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
fair,
Pop Lord.
That's
to
what I
be
call him
fair,
now.
My
to be
nigga
fair,
Potlord.
it wasn't really Yuri. It was way more Potlord.
Okay.
And I think that was what people had like an aversion to. It's because I was like, but I was low key saying, because like, yo, Yuri, like this, it's on under your watch, is how I meant to insinuate it. Plus, I was kind of joking. I was like, damn, y'all was getting that smack. However, I knew it was a bit excessive. They were like, oh, you can't spell shirt. You don't know how to spell shirt. And they were like, it's like, bro, like he has like a learning disability.
Right,
like,
he's dyslexic, right? Or
yeah, like
just, I don't know.
I don't
He got a
know
hard time spelling.
the you know what I'm saying? I don't know the
from what he
the
said. He said
disability,
he was
but
he said
yeah.
he was in special classes.
And
Like, don't
I
know.
compared it to T-Rell, where sometimes T-Rell will send a paragraph in the group chat, and I got to read the shit like 8 times to figure out what the fuck he's saying. But
Yeah.
that doesn't change the fact that I consider him very intelligent, even
He
if he doesn't
is.
have the best fucking spelling or grammar. And I'll say the same thing about Smack, too. Anybody who's been around Smack knows he's a very special guy. He's a fucking great soul, great character, great on
100%.
camera, has a shitload of potential. So I didn't see all of the dissing that may or may not have occurred, but I just want to say I don't co-sign
He
that.
just don't like when people try to play with his intelligence like that because he knows it's weaker points.
Mm.
You know, and he tries to improve as much as he can. You know, and people used to bother him when he was little, but now he's a little older, so those weaker points, he's kind of a little insecure about it. So you know, when people bring up shit like that, and he really, really don't know, you kind of think you're doing it in a malicious way, and then you know he not feeling it. So it's okay. You feel me? He'll get over. He know, it's all in fun or whatever the case may be. I mean,
But
I
he's
told
the
him,
nicest guy.
Yeah, I
though.
told him.
It
Yuri,
it happens, though.
I mean, Yuri asked me like, come over to the spelling bee. I'm like, I'm not coming to no fucking spelling bee with you. But then he asked me, then he's like, why you didn't come to the spelling bee? And then he asked me on the stream, and I was like, would you ask Adam to come to the spelling bee? He was like, no, I was like, bitch, I'm
Mm.
Adam.
Well, why do you think I wouldn't? And he did a spelling bee.
But yeah, I'm like,
It
but
hasn't
I got
happened
the
yet.
same. It's like the same thing. It's like the same demeanor. It's like the same. Like I wouldn't like come like I got shit to do. Like I got kids. You know, I ain't trying to be
Fools
playing
don't wanna lose
around,
to me at the
cuz. You
spelling
know what I'm
bee
saying?
is
Like
what's going
if
on
we
here.
gonna stream, we gonna really stream. Like his streams is more geared toward, you know, doing, you know, goofy shit and sometimes like that. I'm like,
You want to bring some substance.
I just want to
Some
talk. I
structure.
just want to talk and fuck around with the homies. That's my strong point. I ain't trying to be out here doing that type of shit. You feel me? That was like, but you know, that's the same. I'm like, would you ask Adam? No, okay. Well, whatever you wouldn't ask Adam, bitch, don't ask me.
I think it's wise to be rare with going on other people's platforms because realistically, if you do too much of it, you're kind of burning yourself out, and it's like you could always be making content for yourself or whatever, like that benefits you. So I try to pick my pods wisely at this point.
I had fun on T-Rell shit.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
do.
I had hella fun on all y'all's shit, but
Mm-hmm.
I've like am doing it more sparingly now because of what you said. I don't want to like saturate myself
Yeah.
even more than
You
Good,
want it
trying
to
to
be a
lock you
little
down.
special, you know.
Well, people don't even
Barstool.
ask me. People don't even ask me, and then when people do ask me, like to do pods, I mean, I did one other pod. I did.
Big
it
Court.
Was Big Court. It was cool. You know what I'm saying?
That was when we first realized,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, T-Rell gonna go on other people's pods. He gonna be doing
Yeah.
his thing out here. All right.
A lot of other people, you know, you start asking me, but I'm like, I ain't doing that shit, cause like I don't want to do
You
it. I wanna
definitely
do
got to
my
pick and
shit.
choose.
Who'd you turn down?
Yeah, like it's just too much, too many, and too, you know. You then if you start doing it, they'll start asking you more. It just go, it just get obsessive. Like
You
got
gotta
to
be like a
about it,
real
like, for
homie.
real.
Or a nigga really fuck with your shit.
Yeah, for me to
Can't just
just be
come.
coming on, and I ain't trying to be acting like I'm just like like I'm just too good now, or he's on no jumper now. He fucks with Adam
It's a
and
time
AD and
thing.
all
I'ma
those,
do-
you know,
It's a
just
time
but-
thing. Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
do
it's just
Mac,
like I don't want to,
Mac
you know.
asked me, you feel
Yeah,
me?
Mac
I'ma
shit
hop
is
on
funny.
this shit. Like that's been my
Yeah.
partner
You
for
going
years.
math off shit?
I would go on math shit, and we had talked about it, but I can't because Disaster is my
Oh,
homie,
right.
and like he wouldn't, you know, out of respect for him, I can't do that. But I would go on China Max.
China Mac, I want to fuck with China Mac. He
Yeah,
said he
yeah.
wanted
You gotta
to
go
come
on
through.
He
China
hollered
Mac
at me.
too.
He
I
hollered
fuck
at
with
me.
China Mac, and man, it's only a
Mhm.
few people that I really actually, you know, like and fuck with doing this shit. So, but and everybody else is just like super big. So pause. I mean, but you know, $1 million worth of game. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
that's
they
the
shit
started
like
But that
some
shit,
shit.
that shit that you respect.
Yeah, like I fuck with them niggas though. I feel like, you know, I can hang and laugh and joke, you know, and talk and do that shit. Even though, you know, with Drink Champs, I fuck with that shit. And more so, I kind of like. I was disinterested in like Joe Rogan, but now that I just stop telling you, I seen one clip. Just now, I can't just
You
stop
used to
looking
talk
at this
so
nigga.
much shit about Joe Rogan.
I used to talk
and
shit.
you clearly didn't know anything about him, and you were telling us how much you
Nothing.
hated him.
Oh God, I did, and that was just to argue. You being argumentative, just you know, just doing shit.
You just,
Yeah.
I'm
But
playing
I'm telling you, I
African
seen
devil.
one clip.
I gotta play African
Out
devil.
of
I gotta
context,
pay
that
African
sounds
devil.
crazy as
Yeah.
fuck.
I'm gonna play African
Rewind the
devil.
podcast like 8
Wow.
minutes. And you'll
Yeah, that was wild.
That's crazy.
We
But
probably
look,
can't say that, even though it is funny as fuck.
I gotta.
This is Black History Month,
I'm
all
gonna
right?
stand on it. I'm
You
gonna
walking
stand
a
on
thin
it.
line.
Shouts, man, better living. Fuck that. You feel me? I come in
one
peace.
other one, horrible
come in peace.
decisions.
You going on that?
No, but I would.
You
But
should
I
do
like
that. I gotta
them.
line that up for you and Heather.
Yeah, line that up. I like
up?
them.
What's that? Enlighten me.
Horrible decisions. These two young ladies, they
It's
be
like a
going
sex
crazy. They
podcast.
be talking about a loud, wild sex stories, but they still got, you know.
Mandy and Weezy.
Yeah.
And when we're in New York, we use Weezy's space. We rent it out to do podcasts out of WTF Studios, if you want to.
Oh yeah, I like them. I fuck with them,
We were
man. They
just-
tight.
We were just booking some
They be
interviews.
talking
and
about
Black
it.
Dave's gonna
So
do
you
that.
need to get on like a lip service and shit then too.
I like them too, though.
Mhm.
I like them
What
too.
about Brilliant Idiots?
They
If
more
Andrew-
so,
if
no, they
Andrew
more so
Schultz
like us
comes
too.
to
Andrew
Colin.
Show, yeah, I like them too. They just more
Andrew
so like
Schultz
us,
is funny as
regular.
fuck,
They
man.
don't do many guests. Oh man,
Yeah, they
I would
don't.
love to see you go do one of Andrew Schultz's podcasts.
Mhm.
Though T-Rell on Flagrant would be so
Mhm.
crazy,
Man, that should be sick though. I
That'd
mean,
be
it seems like
fire.
everybody in fucking New York. New York is killing it.
bro. I
The
kind of
podcast space.
What?
You know, I did connect to Andrew Schultz and Sharp, and I don't know exactly what came of that, but that
I will fly to New York
Andrew
on a
seemed,
turnaround
Andrew
trip.
seemed open to it.
Yeah.
So that might be a thing in the future. Hopefully, maybe I'll nudge him.
I just did like this dating podcast that this chick has that's about to drop that she got like a crazy deal for and shit when I was out there. Some girl that I like have talked to for a while and stuff. It was dope when that comes out.
A dating podcast.
Yeah, it's like about she's asking a bunch of like dating relationship type questions and shit. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds like Softwood Underbelly, but for dating.
When
I
I'm on
never-
there, it definitely is.
No, I never got that podcast that they have the cue cards, and they just asking like I wonder how many questions are on those cards, because like to keep up an hour, 2 hour conversation just with like these questions on the card is crazy. Like that seems like impossible.
I mean,
for you
when
to
I
do.
have cards, or if I had cards, and if I didn't just use my phone, it would just be backup. Because realistically, it's like I
You want the shit to be flowing.
I want the conversation to just go wherever the fuck it goes, and,
Mhm.
and think of questions off the top of my head. But then I have a list of questions too, in case I just in that moment can't really think of anything. And also it's like, especially when you're talking to people that got beef or they've been in relationships or they went viral for 10 different things, it's like you're not gonna be able to remember all that shit. And if you want to like be able to remember the details and everything, it's good to just have it on deck.
Yeah, on God.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Grammys and
Never seen it.
People are hating, man.
my boy Harry Styles winning, you know what I'm saying, the album of the year
In rhinestone overalls.
over boy,
Hey,
over
I'm not gonna lie,
Harry
Beyonce.
Styles
That's
got
a good album.
crazy fan base.
That's a good album because my girl played that album around me a bunch of times, and I genuinely
Harry
like it.
Styles album.
It's
Hey,
a lot of
decent.
very catchy pop.
he had a
music.
Okay.
pop up. He
It's
had a
pretty good.
pop up in Hollywood. The line was down the fucking
Yo,
street.
That's
man,
great, but
but
I'm
you-
talking
you-
about his
you-
album.
You probably
I ain't
already
listened to
fuck with songs off it because a lot of those songs are like huge on TikTok and like on the radio, whatever. So there's a lot of songs that I probably wouldn't even known they were him.
You know what? I'm not gonna down it because I haven't listened to it, but I just feel like winning over Kendrick, Adele, and just Beyonce just kind of far fetched. That just sounds crazy to me. Like, but his album must have been like that crazy.
I
you
haven't
feel me?
heard any of those albums besides Kendrick, but
Beyonce shit crazy.
yeah.
And Beyonce got the most Grammys ever now.
The thing is
But
about
she
it,
But she's
hasn't
being
won,
blocked out of the main categories, is what
which
they're
is
saying.
album of
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah.
the thing about like Harry Styles, like you said, great pop music.
Great
it
outfits.
It definitely has like its place. There's an egregious comparison made. They said that he's the new David Bowie, and I'm putting my foot down. The fact that Josh even no, we
You
not
think
doing
that? Do you think Harry Styles is the new David Bowie?
we not doing
I'm not
that.
exactly a David
That's
Bowie
a-
expert.
No, but that's
but
probably the closest comparison.
That's a big statement right there.
Nah,
interesting.
That's-
Harry
he's
Styles.
never made an album like Low, like Lodger, like Heroes. Get the fuck out of here! Don't do my boy Ziggy Stardust like that.
album of the year.
That's
just
just not
sounds
cracking.
crazy.
I did
to
not
me.
know you had this type of David Bowie knowledge. That's impressive because I'm not familiar enough to do the comparison.
I love music.
Okay. No, I mean I know that there's a shitload of David Bowie songs that I'm a big fan of from just bike videos and skate videos and everything over the years, but I never did like the deep dive.
Well,
No,
they just
I
saying
know
he's
his
the
whole
next up. They
catalog.
just saying he's the next up.
But just like to make that type, like because
That's like saying
And I
somebody's the
think
next
it's-
Tupac.
But I think it's less about his music and more about his aesthetic too.
cool.
His
Okay,
aesthetic sucks.
he wears like
yeah, he's just
he
too
wears
attention
fruity
hungry with that
rhinestones.
fucking with the
that
dresses
don't make you
and shit.
motherfucking Bowie.
I mean, that to me it just seems kind of thirsty. Like, oh, you
think
standing
you're
in a
stuck in the
field in a
past,
dress,
man.
like get real.
I mean, but it is marketing too, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's I mean,
I mean,
that's
hey,
what they
it's-
do on
it's
the,
working.
but that's what they do on the runway.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm saying? And
I hate
nobody
that
really
shit, too.
says anything, and
Yeah.
it's still kind of masculine. You know, they wearing skirts in Scotland.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
like-
They
I
want
mean,
us to
what are we
believe that
doing?
that's how men should look.
Is
They're
Br-
trying
is
to turn
Bruno
us into
Mars?
soy boys.
Is
They trying
Bruno
to turn
Mars?
so they not David Bowie got me fucked up.
But
David
look, is,
Bowie.
is Bruno Mars the new James Brown? Like, remember that whole thing?
We won't
That's
know.
out.
We
No,
wont
Bruno
know.
Mars is the new Bruno Mars. He's
But-
his
yeah,
own.
ain't no
The
Little
thing is,
James Brown,
you
fool.
you
There-
can't
there's a-
really judge an artist's impact in the middle of the storm. Like
Yeah.
you know, like
True.
like
This
you
is true.
In the middle of Tupac's popularity, nobody would have been able to tell you that he was going to be considered one of the absolute greats. Like those stories are written after
See,
the fact.
but I just had this argument. People were saying, "Oh, this person is the next Michael Jackson." I'm like, nigga, there's only one Michael Jackson. It'll never be nobody that has that type of impact. When it comes
Well,
down.
Chris Brown had it until his
he was
case.
Very close.
Chris
Very-
Brown
that was
had
like
it,
a couple
Chris-
years.
and it dumbed
Chris
it
was
down.
on his way.
It was going. It was out of
But
there.
you can't compare
Upward.
a 2-year career to a 30-year career.
But it
you
was
know?
there though.
Maybe there was a spark.
It was a spark. I mean,
For,
but you know,
for us, Chris Brown was on his way. Other than like he was
Let me explain something to you.
he's still that.
There
You
will
feel me?
never be most likely there will never be a star on the level of a Tupac or a whatever the fuck, like all these like,
Michael
icons.
Jackson's
Michael Jackson,
different.
and the reason why is because we now no longer live in a monoculture. We used to
Yep.
live in a world
Mhm.
where everybody listened to the same radio stations and everybody watched the same TV shows, and now there are so few stars on that level. I'm gonna say Taylor Swift is a very clear example.
Drake, Bad Bunny.
Drake is a good
That's
example, but even Drake kind of came out before the internet had fully formed in a way. And he's like that rare artist that like everybody in rap says that they fuck with, listens, knows 50 of his fucking songs. And that is just so unbelievably rare now because there's drill fans in the Bronx who have never heard Harry Styles, never heard Bruno Mars, never ever paid attention to any of that shit. They're able to just burrow in on the shit that they like. So it's very unlikely to me that we will ever see stars on the same level as
Well,
a
it's
lot
not
of
unlikely because I feel like Beyonce is on that level.
But
Well,
she comes from the time.
She comes
before
from
that.
the early 2000s when
Oh,
They're
we're-
talking about
okay.
somebody
like-
birth new. Like who?
Oh, somebody birthed
and I'm
new
not
with,
saying
like,
it's
with that
never going to
kinda
happen.
impact.
I'm just saying that in some sense, I almost don't even think we'll ever have an artist as big as like Taylor Swift.
Well, because like
Taylor
you
Swift
make
is
a,
She is so big.
no, you
Taylor
make,
Swift
you
is
make a
Well,
really
Justin
good point.
Bieber was on that level too until he got into a few
I ain't
altercations.
gonna lie,
You know what I'm saying? But
Justin-
Justin Bieber is just as big.
And
Justin
Bieber
was
got
big.
activists taken off the
I
market.
think Taylor
Fuck
Swift
him.
is
But
way
Taylor,
bigger than
Taylor
I
Justin.
love you,
Swift.
Bieber.
How much did her last album sell this year? It was ridiculous.
And
I mean-
Adele is another good example too,
Adele's
but,
big, too.
but she also appeals to this like much older fan base that embraces music in a different way. She sells insane number of physical units, which is like just something that most of the really popular rappers sell almost
Josh,
no
go to her
physical
first
units.
week sales.
Nah, but the
Her last
thing
album.
is, like,
And
you're right. Everybody lives in their own
I think she sold
insular.
800.
Everyone lives in their own insular bubble, which is completely customizable. Like, you control your own playlist. You're not dependent on the radio anymore. You're not dependent on TV. Like, you literally are 1000% in control of the content that you consume.
Nigga,
And if
she
you're
went
in,
crazy
and
in
so if you're
finals,
in
too.
control of the content that you consume, with so many people dropping songs, hundreds of thousands of songs dropping every day, and you're still the #1 artist, it's not gonna be far away from an artist to reach a Michael Jackson level. It
Hell
should be,
no.
It
It's
should be
just gonna be
faster
so
for them.
hard.
It should be faster
Nah,
for them to
bro,
reach that level.
There's
The-
less potential
star-
audience because the market is so
The
fragmented.
star power, the performances, the impact, it can't be replicated.
I could totally
It's a whole
see-
different time.
No, but that's what I disagree with is that there could totally be an artist more talented than Michael Jackson,
Yeah, for
better
sure.
music
sure.
potentially, I guess. Like it
Probably not.
could happen, but the
I'm talking about
likelihood
that
that they would be
star power
as
and that
popular, that's
No, it's-
never going to happen.
And I'll tell you why it's impossible right now. Back in the day, Michael Jackson, who was he competing with? He was competing with
Prince.
no, just listen. Yes, Prince.
That nigga was popping since he was like 5.
Correct. Again, he's competing with people that are on MTV. He's competing with
Mhm.
the other people on the radio, and he's competing with whoever's in the record store, in particular in the new release section and the top 100 section, right?
Right.
Now, a new artist drops. They're not just competing with what's in the record store. They're competing with every fucking song in the history of music.
Think about
Because
the
it's all
like-
at your
like,
fingertips.
think about the
Yeah.
Latin market. Like the Latin market now listens to fucking Latin music. They listen to music made by their own people.
Right.
A lot of those markets used to listen to a shitload of American pop music or rock music or whatever because they're
Now they got their own sound.
yeah, they weren't being embraced by the record labels, so there wasn't really access to. There wasn't like a business created around creating stars like Bad Bunny in the way that there is now.
And when they cross
Yeah.
over, then you know you really, really made it.
But
It's like Burna Boy. Like
but there is
Burna Boy can do.
He's
He's
the
selling
man.
out everything in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, and there is always like look, there is artists like Selena, there's like Chalino,
Mhm.
there's Chente, there's like these legendary Latin artists from back in the day. The big difference is white America wasn't privy to them, and they weren't really like recognized to that degree to the extent they can be now outside of their own community. That's like a huge difference as well, and that's why. And you know, white America, Black America, people of all nationalities love that music, and that's why it's going up to the
and look at the
extent that it is.
look at the impact of like Michael Jordan. You feel me? Like who in sports has reached that level?
LeBron James and I think
LeBron
I'ma
James
miss
is up there.
I might miss his game tonight. Am I missing his game tonight?
I mean, it's almost 8.
LeBron is not even close to the cultural impact that MJ
He's
had.
up there, but nobody
No,
is
Kobe was.
Kobe was
Kobe's
even
ahead of LeBron.
Hey,
for sure.
Kobe
Kobe's for sure
was
ahead of LeBron.
definitely Kobe was definitely there.
for sure he was.
But Mike, like down to just the shoes and everything else as a whole, bro, nobody was able to accomplish
Josh,
that fully
is,
like
is
that.
basketball itself much bigger now than it was in the early 90s or whenever Michael Jordan was kind of in his
Absolutely.
heyday?
Yes, but that's also because of Jordan. Jordan made it a national
True.
attention and market.
It's a much bigger market. It's just harder to be a star because think about it. All these kids who are watching Kai Cenat and that's their fucking favorite person, or they're watching Gideon, or they're watching Mr. Beast. All those kids would have been like a fucking Michael Jordan fan, or they would have resonated with something that was like they had a much smaller crew of different people that they could pick to look up to. And now that shit is just so fragmented. And it turns out that a lot of kids would rather idolize somebody like Kai, who's like a couple years older than them, basically like looks like them, grew up in an area that's not so different from where they're from. And that's like very interesting because that happened in like BMX as well. It's like the pro BMX riders used to be like dudes in their 30s who were like super hardcore and doing big rails and stuff. And then the internet comes around and you start to realize that these kids want to watch other kids, like other young ass kids who are riding the skate parks like them and shit like that, you know, and that relatability is actually a huge factor. But back in the day, you were an athletic god. You were a god to like fucking everybody.
Well,
There's
tell
so
me
few
what's the
people to pick from.
relatability in Youngboy? Because I mean, these fucking kids is
They love
13
that
to
nigga.
fucking 18. He talking about killing everybody.
I mean-
like, so what the fuck?
I mean, he talked to them. That's not for us to.
I mean, what is he talking? Like, what's the
understand.
relatability? Where are you niggas
Well,
killing everybody at
I
13?
think that they really love him
18
for his
years old?
music more than anything, to be real.
But like, okay,
He's like really like maybe
It's a
the
good
best
question.
young rapper, especially on that pain shit.
who
Oh, the pain.
You know, they love that pain shit. He like invented that fucking
that's like
genre.
that's
damn
like
near.
Rod Wave. Rod Wave fan base is fucking
But
crazy.
Rod Wave is an offshoot of Youngboy in some ways.
No, but I'm saying when you were a kid, was there somebody that you listened to that your peoples didn't really understand?
Surprisingly, no. We all understand it, understood it, but me young listening to Doggy Style. Now that I look back at it, like
That shit
I
was
didn't,
fucked
I
up.
couldn't. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. It really was just the music, how
But
it made
them
me
niggas-
feel.
Yeah,
Like,
And he's
it-
cussing.
but them niggas
Yeah, it
he's
just was
cussing,
a,
the
it was a vibe. You know,
rebelliousness.
like
they were young back then. See,
He-
people don't realize
Snoop
like
was 19 at that
he
time.
was 19
yeah.
at that time.
yeah, and I was probably fucking 10, 9,
He was
8,
like
7,
17.
4.
He was like 16.
You hit the 4-0 yet? You hit the 4-0?
Huh?
You 40?
Man, fuck you. I ain't 40.
I can't
E
remember.
40. Sprinkle me, man. Come on.
I'm less than a year from 40,
I mean, that's okay.
and I got the 40 on me.
T-Rell,
Yeah.
T-Rell's 28.
You look 40.
Do I? I look better than I looked when I was 30,
do.
38. So
Oh, you
That
do.
was
You
a
losing
step
a
in the
lot of
right
weight. You
direction.
losing a lot of weight.
thanks.
How's it?
bud.
How you feeling?
1738.
I like that, man.
Just dipped below 210 for the first time in my adult life.
Jesus
Did you
Christ.
only do that because you looking at yourself on camera, or were you just feeling a certain type of way?
I gathered up a bunch of different motivations to get in shape, and one of them was, I feel like absolute shit when I'm working out or when I'm riding my bike or whatever. Because I started dieting right after I did that week in New York where I was riding bikes all the time. And the porn thing also is motivation. The wedding, I try to like keep that in my head. Like, okay, you're gonna go super hard for like 3 more months.
Were
and
you
then-
tired as fuck in New York? Like, oh my god, I'm dying.
Yeah, it sucked. It was amazing. I had a great time out there, but
Yeah,
it didn't feel good physically.
I would do that.
Being fat sucks.
It looks like it.
It's not easy. It's not easy being fat.
Being
It's cool when it's cold.
You can't wear it well.
Being skinny sucks in some weird ways that I didn't anticipate too. I be getting cold all the time.
I'm freezing.
I don't have my fucking thick fat blanket that I used
And I
to
know
have.
T-Rell, all he eats French fries. That's the diet.
I mean, my favorite food is French fries. I wish I can eat them all day.
The
but,
fact that you
but-
went on fucking vacation and ordered French fries is crazy.
You have them on your
That
you had
nigga
them on
can't
your
even
leg in
get-
the pool like Meat Mill.
They're like, bro,
At
get
the
something.
pool.
Because
Yeah.
listen, Cabo got some amazing food, and this nigga ordering French fries.
I
You a
mean, I don't
pick-
know
you
what
a-
that shit is.
You a picky ass eater?
But I'll order some shit I don't know what it is. But if it's nasty, I always got my fries.
Mr.
on the
Fries,
side.
man.
Waiter,
Matter of
I'll
fact-
have some fries.
Yep.
We gonna do a We Hungry at Mr. Fries, man. T-Rail is coming.
Well, you
Part
don't want
two.
nothing on his fries.
Part two. Part two.
I was gonna say,
You
we
eat
did
Part
that.
seafood?
two.
Part
T-Rell?
two. Part
Yeah.
two.
You fuck with seafood?
Yeah. I mean, when I do be cold, like it is like freezing, like, and I find myself like having my legs like this, and I'll be like, damn, it's cold, like, and I'm trying to scissor these motherfuckers, like, and I'm like, damn, I think I might need to gain some.
Then you
weight.
really be looking like a snake.
It's so hard for me to gain weight.
Move your body like a snake.
I was about to-
You know, I asked like a Heather trainer, like, man, I'm trying to gain some weight. He was like, man, just go eat. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just eat.
Like, I was like, I just can't eat. Like, I don't just like eat. Like,
Yeah, you got the other.
who
What's it?
does that?
Ectomorphs and endomorphs. You're the other one. You're the one that like has a hard time.
Bro, we
getting
should
it.
do a
That's
we should do a
I'm
fat
the kind
transfer.
that easily gain.
Yeah.
You take a lot of my fat and
I
give it
was
to you.
Literally thinking that.
and that, like
Man.
eating like it's crazy, like a lot. Like
The
I can't
o-
do that.
The only time that I even had something that slightly resembled the realm of a six pack in my entire life.
Was when you were on meth.
Was out that Pookie.
I was off hella drugs and I got down to like 149 pounds.
Oh, you were
Whoa.
skinny because
What
I
are
ain't
you now?
149 pounds.
I'm like 215 something.
I did
217.
gain 10 pounds though. I ain't gonna lie, and I feel like I got like a little gut, like my boxers. I gotta like lift them over a little bit.
I should
I was
be, I
like-
should be 190.
I was like, look,
Nigga,
I
what
got a
size
little
pants?
gut.
What size pants you wear?
28.
A 34.
Hell
Damn.
no.
That's like the
Hell
same that I
no.
wear.
I do.
No,
wear
you're not a 34.
Hell no.
I
There's
want them a
no
little
way.
baggy.
I'm 34.
I'm a little baggy.
So you really like a 30?
Cause I'm tall and shit like that.
Hey,
So I'm probably really like
A
28,
30?
a 28.
See,
A
Yeah,
28?
28,
Yeah, he
30.
is.
You like the rugby shirt?
That's like one of my
Yeah.
legs.
Okay, I think that's my new look. I'm gonna just wear rugby shirts
That's
everywhere.
hard.
Rugby Adam.
I fucks
Rugby
with
Adam.
it.
It's an
That's
extension
player.
of the 22
That's
mentality.
it's super.
Gumby Adam.
I mean, because you can either go golf or rugby, and I
That's
think
like
rugby got a little bit more swag.
Mid
Golf
90s.
to me, I'm not a golf guy.
Mid 90s shit.
I'll claim the rugby aesthetic because I think it's badass, but I'm not doing golf. That's just too conservative for me.
The rugby aesthetic goes into the hockey aesthetic for some reason. I
But
feel
no, like rugby is like you're gonna have some like short shorts on, and your legs are gonna be crazy muscular. You got bruises and dust on you
Tennis
and shit,
too?
and then you have like a collared shirt,
So
right?
you look
Josh,
like-
am I painting the picture correctly?
Yeah, you nailed it.
you got to look like Flacco from the waist down,
I used to have
and
a
then
homie.
look like me from the waist up.
My boy Brandon Garone from Incendiary, the hardcore band, he played rugby, and that shit is like going and getting in a fucking fist fight every
It's the
time.
most violent sport in the
It
world.
was, I was like trying to convince him to stop at a certain point.
It's
I'm like, bro, this
football
is
without the pads.
yo. Look at that dude! Like when you
Yo,
search,
that looks crazy.
yo, look at how big that guy on the top left's legs are. That dude looks like he should be a pro bodybuilder, not a rugby player. What the hell?
All their teeth.
Why it look like they fucking doing
Bro,
wrestling right
I've
there?
never seen a soccer player who looks like that. The 15 of the biggest
Jesus
beasts
Christ.
in rugby. Holy shit. Dude, look at these dudes. Are they on steroids? Do they test?
I'm pretty sure rugby and lacrosse are like the two gnarliest sports where you get hurt really fucking bad.
See, Danny Mullen's trying to get me to go do jiu-jitsu against him, but then I'm worried I'm going to start getting staph infections and it's going to put a toll on my porn career.
Why would you have a staph infection doing jujitsu?
He just got one. When I did jiu-jitsu, I got a
because
bunch
they
of staph
barefoot?
infections.
I mean, it's a lot of sweating.
roll
yeah,
around.
you're just
It's a lot
rolling
of
around on the ground.
Yeah,
with
you
somebody.
really grabbing each other and shit.
Yeah, you're like sweating your ass
Yeah,
off
I-
Y'all
onto the
fucking
dude.
dirty. Y'all need to take showers.
And you're in there training with 10 different dudes while you're in there.
And
so
everybody's
it's like,
sweating on the
if
pad.
one guy got something, you might get it. Like it's known for happening all the fucking time to people who do
I
that
hella
shit.
don't want to learn how to do jujitsu. However, it's like the most effective
It's so
fighting
sick.
style.
Man, I did that shit.
Shit go to the ground every time, right? How many like fights are really are like fist landing?
Well, I want to
and
get my
shit? They
kid
go to
into
the ground,
jiu-jitsu, and I
fool,
feel like it would be hypocritical if I didn't
I ain't gonna
also
lie. If you
start going
know,
hard.
if you know that shit,
you not losing.
I mean, unless somebody really
Knock
get one
your
off on
ass
you
out.
first,
okay, it's
when you lock somebody, it's over.
It's great for a one-on-one interaction as soon as it becomes like any kind of jumping scenario. But the thing about jiu-jitsu is I think it gives you a lot of like confidence and focus and like physical strength from doing it and shit. I think it gives you a lot of like kids get a lot of self-esteem out of it. I hear great things from parents about it with their kids.
Also,
Yeah.
weight has a
Timmy
lot to do with
totally
it, too, though.
dominated fucking and another little boy the other day. He got a lot of confidence.
That's
Shout
what you
out-
got to be worried about is that they're going to use it on their friends. That
That's
they're going to
what
be
I'm
wrestling
saying,
and they're going to
like-
do a triangle choke.
Yeah.
And just, hey, I made him pass out.
Then
That's
be
funny.
like
bad.
you and Josh is doing it for sport.
Yo, I
choking
want to
each
hit
other in the
Josh with
corner.
the triangle choke till he passes out. He'd be so happy.
This nigga told me that. He was like, let's go. I bet you I can get you on jiu-jitsu.
This narrative.
You said it.
Oh, me? Yeah, yeah.
to you?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna choke you out. No, I'm
Cat.
gonna,
think- so
I'm
you
gonna hit him with
think-
the knee bar.
So what if Adam really get you and choke you out?
Bro,
Danny Mullen will fuck you up too.
bro.
White
I
boys
will
is
beat Danny
winning.
Mullen ass.
All right.
The fuck is you talking
In
about?
jiu-jitsu, you're not
Oh,
allowed.
in
You're
jiu-jitsu.
not allowed to hit
okay.
him.
Okay, jiu-jitsu, he got me. But as
So
soon as he
you-
come up, I'm
so-
gonna boop up.
So you and Daddy finna go at it. Daddy won't get you.
And what, jiu-jitsu? Or just
Period.
fighting? Oh, whoop.
He's gonna
I
take
ain't
it.
letting that nigga get me.
He's gonna take your
I'll
strap
tell you
too.
what.
He's gonna
If
take your
If
strap.
Daddy grab you, you done, dog.
Daddy
Takes your
takes-
strap and leaves.
If Daddy takes the blame, I'm screwed.
Gives it to King Croc. Yo, a dude came up to me at the porn party and said, "Yo, I was King Croc's roommate." I'm like, "Wow, I know you've seen some
Oh
shit,
my
man." He's
God.
like, "Yeah."
Then he probably got raped.
I'm like, that's the craziest.
I know.
Yo, what happened to the BBC pod?
Shout out to S.B too. because he
Okay.
was training me.
Oh yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu
No,
wizard.
but I'm so much bigger than him, so I really had him like, bitch ass nigga.
No, did you really?
I swear to God.
He was going easy on you.
No, bro. He was like,
I mean,
bro,
you do outweigh him by
he
like
was like,
150
bro, you
pounds.
weigh way more than me. I'm over with my teacher like,
You're like 300, right?
hell no.
Talk to us about your colonoscopy.
Oh, the colonic?
See, I
you
looked
got
at
a colonic?
I thought he got a colonoscopy, which
Why would
I've
you
got,
go get a colonic?
and he got a
Bro,
colonic.
want
Which
to make sure I'm
I
good.
got some shit that'll make you shit.
colonics
No,
are
they don't
not
do-
proven to work.
they
There's a
don't-
lot of people who
that
think
shit-
colonics
that
are
shit-
bullshit.
that shit works,
It just
nigga.
dehydrates you.
No, they squirt.
That shit
They
works.
You just wanted to put something in your ass.
They
No,
squirt
nigga,
water
they
up your
fucking-
ass.
They put water
You-
and this shit up in you,
you pause,
and you
dog.
watch your motherfucking shit coming out of a
Not
tube for like
everybody-
an hour.
But some
You lost
people gotta
weight, huh?
do it.
Hell yeah, right
some
away.
people gotta do
Water
it
weight.
multiple
You gained it
times
back,
because
right?
it's built up in
I ain't
there.
getting that shit back.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, some people gotta do it multiple times because it's really built up in there. So you gotta do it at least 2 or 3
Nigga, I
times
watched
for
poop
it really.
come out of me for a whole hour, bro.
So what?
Backed up, I said, Jesus
That was
Christ,
gonna
this
come
is
out
terrible.
anyway. What?
Bro,
What,
chunks
what did you put
out of the
in your
fucking
ass?
tube.
What went in your butt?
A fucking tube.
How big was the tube?
It's not that big.
Like a half
Oh.
inch?
A lady did that
You
shit.
gotta lube it up though.
Woo!
You gotta lube it up,
How
right?
far into your ass did it go?
Honestly, I don't know because I ain't never put
It's
nothing
water
up there
going in
before.
there.
But did it feel good? Like, how'd it feel?
That shit was weird.
Because
It was more weird. It was an older lady and my dick is out right next to her and shit. And I'm just sitting there chilling and talking to her like it's random.
Because, okay, let me explain this to you. I got a colonoscopy, which is like a really like real deal medical procedure that every guy should get as they get into their 30s.
No.
Where basically, if you're going to get
Nope.
prostate cancer, you should do this
No,
at some
thank
point in your life, right?
Colon cancer too.
So I did it, and basically, you don't eat for like 24 hours, which to me is hell on earth. I went to bed at like 6 p.m. It was terrible. And then you go in, they give you like something that is, I think is like a Xanax or whatever. So you're a little bit more laid back than normal, but you're still there. You're not like out, right? And then the doctor proceeds to put on a glove and take his finger and a little camera and put it in your ass and see what the fuck's going on.
It can't be a girl.
gotta
Mine
get
was
that
a
shit done,
brutish
though.
man, a large man. I wasn't gonna request. It's not like getting a massage. I'm not gonna request a girl. But that shit, it's pretty fucking. I thought you did that, and that shit is
No.
invasive. Like you really feel something.
They put
in
a
your booty hole.
camera. They put a
Yes,
camera.
as well
on-
as his finger hunting for fucking hemorrhoids or feeling what's going on inside your butthole. And I never really felt anything like that. That shit
Check,
was
please.
nuts. I became so much more convinced that I don't want to ever have anything in my ass after that.
Wait, but I ain't gonna lie to you, AD. Like I've been like thinking about doing that for so long.
I
I
ain't
just
gonna-
thought it was kind of like a little gay.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, but I had a couple homies that did it. You feel me? And these is real dudes, but they had like
Yeah,
a
cuz, I gotta
crazy.
go.
No, for real.
You should have seen his finger in my ass, cuz.
But they had like crazy like pot bellies
Yeah.
to where like it wouldn't go down. You know what I'm saying? And the doctor,
Because they got plaque in their
advised
stomach.
them
You know what she
to
told
go
me?
do that. Look, and they had to go do it a few times.
Mhm.
Like it was so crazy. Like the homie's stomach just like it was flat on this side and like big on this side. So
Afterwards?
he had to go afterwards. It was like flat right here and like big. So he had to keep doing it to his stomach just like
Niggas,
I know you had
like-
jokes.
Nah, I didn't have
Nigga,
jokes
the
for
lady,
cuz,
the
though.
lady told me. She
Damn,
said,
you like that?
Yeah, and that shit worked.
No, it worked.
Heather did that shit a few times.
The lady told me it was apparent that
different
I
with
had
her,
some
though,
type
what
of
you said.
infection before in my stomach, and she said I had parasites in my
I
stomach.
was, did you see the little like parasites
You
swimming?
see all type of shit, bro.
Because I heard that you could see like tapeworms.
You can
like,
see all, but I was more surprised about how much shit was backed up in me, bro. Like
It's in
for-
your intestines, right?
because she said, "Oh, your intestines are as tall as you," and she said there's some stuff like you can't take no. Nigga, I done took colon cleanses before, and I done did all type of shit like that.
Would you be
feel me?
bummed if you found out that it didn't actually do anything?
He saw it do something. He
No,
saw the
I've
shit coming
seen it.
out.
Even
A lot of people think it
even
doesn't do
having
anything.
more energy. No, nigga, right away the next
You
day.
look it up in a medical
had
journal. It says that
way
there's never,
more
it's never been
energy.
proven to do anything.
What do you
That's
mean?
not true.
I was doing my research.
Did you lose weight?
I feel like I lost weight. I lost
You
like
definitely-
5
You
like-
pounds.
definitely
yeah.
losing weight.
For
dog.
sure, for
Yeah.
You know
sure.
what I mean? They definitely taking
It
some pounds
dehydrates
off
you.
you.
I
No,
don't-
I heard that
That
it does.
too.
No, it does dehydrate you because you're feeling it because it feels like you're full. You're literally filling your intestines up with water and some other shit, and then it's just flushing the shit out. It just feels like you super full and you got a shit,
This is
and
something.
you just watch the tube.
This is a topic I actually want to read comments about. So if you guys buy the colonic, and if you've done it, if you appreciate it, let me know because I'm interested.
I mean, the
I ain't
homie
gonna lie,
said-
I got
the homie
I
said
got
he- Go ahead.
great things to say about it.
The homie said he seen an Apple sticker come out.
Who said that?
Shut the fuck up. You know
He
what
said,
said?
he said it was an Apple sticker come out the thing. I was like, bro, that is wow. You ate the damn. That means you swallowed the sticker.
And that
I
could have
mean,
been
they
in there
told-
for decades.
They told
That's
my girl, they was like, you
crazy.
eat a lot of pasta.
For real?
You can see that shit, fool.
Pasta gang.
Pasta game.
So she just swallowed
that
the
back.
pasta. She ain't even chewing it.
Yeah, apparently not.
Bro,
That motherfucker just.
She
They
ain't even
can
chewing
see
this
the
shit.
shape of the pasta inside your fucking colon.
It's
Hey, no, but
ridiculous.
that-
This is a lot.
Oh, there's
that,
for
but that
farfalla.
scared me when they said, oh, you had parasites and you had an infection. I was like,
Well, it sounds
the
like you
fuck?
needed this if they found all that
oh,
shit.
for sure, for sure.
Jeez.
And I've had more energy. I've been feeling better. I ain't gonna lie. Even the way I fart is different.
Oh,
Man,
boy.
I'm finna go do all that.
It's probably
shit,
because you
man.
just had something in your butt.
Nah,
Maybe
ain't
that's
no but-
why you liked it.
Nah.
blowing out crazy, young Paul.
I forget what episode it was, but there was an episode where I came in here and talked about how a doctor shoved his fucking fingers in my ass and made a little tiny dribble of cum come out of my dick.
Oh.
Whoa!
They found a
Oh.
fucking infection
It's
on my
your
fucking
mans?
prostate like that.
Damn, I gotta go do that shit, but not because of that.
What
Just
the
because
fuck?
of the emergency shit
Listen,
that you
I didn't
gotta
wanna
have
do it.
of age when you get of age. That people told you.
Mhm.
No,
you know.
the
Gotta go
colonoscopy
do
you
that
got to
shit.
do
I mean, for
because
black-
you got to
for-
find the cancer early, bro.
Yeah, they said so. They supposed to do it at 40, but as black males, we get it a lot earlier. So they said when you turn 35, then you should start doing it at least like once
Damn,
a
I'm
year.
41 out here, fool.
You need to get
now
checked.
that I'm eating,
I'm just
so,
gonna get the colonic, fool.
I think I've become completely
You're wiped
convinced
out.
that I'm just gluten intolerant because I fucking on the weekends when I eat sandwiches and shit, I just get straight diarrhea. And when I'm eating healthy all week, I'm fucking my shits are totally solid, normal.
I saw Lena got you a triple cheeseburger.
She did. That was a fucking movie.
What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day?
Well, I can't tell you because it's a secret.
Can't tell you because it's a secret.
I'm not doing shit.
For
I
you
mean,
I feel like you just had your Valentine's Day.
yeah, I mean that's so crazy for me because her birthday is here and then Valentine's is like right next. It's just like God damn. I asked my homie like, bro, I'm gonna go with you. He like, nigga, I already booked that shit. You done for the night. I'm like, damn. I really gotta book it because every restaurant you gonna call right now, they gonna say they booked up.
All right, here's
Nah,
a-
I got some spots.
I have
for
a
you.
great topic.
Please give me a spot.
I hook Blassie.
I'm gonna be by myself.
I have a great topic.
Oh.
What's the worst Valentine's Day you ever gave a girl?
Or where's Valentine? I
'Cause
gave her
I know
some
I got
Skittles
some
and a
bad
Mickey
ones.
Mouse hat.
You said what?
I gave a girl some Skittles and a Mickey Mouse hat. I was in the 5th grade.
I mean, I couldn't pay for dinner one time.
So you took a girl out to dinner on Valentine's Day and couldn't pay for the dinner.
Decline.
So what'd you do? She had to pay?
Yep.
Luckily, she had $50.
So a few years back, my ex-wife,
Oh boy.
and we had like plans like to go to this nice restaurant and all that, and she had work, and by the time she got off work, I had been 5 hours into a coke binge
Wow.
in Santa Clarita, and yeah, I didn't.
I can
You cold.
tell you the worst Valentine's experience I
Not
ever
no
had.
more.
Yeah.
What?
And this is because of crazy, because this was his fault. He did this shit way back then. At the time when I was, a long time ago, I was a bad cheater. You feel me? I went to Vegas. I had a perfect date with this girl. We doing everything. We get on the motherfucking Ferris wheel. We doing everything. The night's going good. I'm like, oh, I'm in. And then walking in the motherfucking casino, here comes crazy cuz and his girlfriend at the time.
She's
and-
friends with your girl?
No. Well, I wasn't with my girl. I was
No, I'm
with somebody
saying,
else.
is she friends with your girl? Like
At the
Crazy
time.
Cuz's girl?
No.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Okay,
nobody.
okay.
I just happened to see him in the casino, and he's like, oh, cuz, what's up? And he's like, oh, we just decided, like, hey, let's, go to a restaurant and double it up. You know what I'm saying? So we go to a restaurant, they got everything nice, and we're just sitting there. And as we're eating, everybody's talking nice. And Crazy Cuz dumbass is gonna say, hey, how's your girlfriend doing? And I just sat there, I was just like, try to act like I didn't hear what he was saying. And I just look over and a girl just looking at me like,
Did it ruin everything?
oh, I didn't get no ass.
Really?
Yep.
That's terrible.
Hotel for no reason.
How long do you shun him for that? Because that's pretty bad.
I was mad at him for a while.
Why would
Are you sure
say
you didn't
some
do
shit
that on
like
purpose? Like,
I don't think he did that on purpose.
that's like
We
egregious.
with a girl. Why would he
Yeah,
ask
like,
you that
what the fuck?
question?
I know he did on accident, but at the time I was so mad.
I did that to a legendary pro BMX rider that I fucking that I like looked up to. Like he's like an older dude. He's in his 40s. I'm like 25, drunk as fuck at a BMX event, and I see him and he's with this girl, and I know he's married, and I'm just like, wow, yeah, it's so nice to meet your wife. It was not his wife. It was definitely a floozy that he just met, and she was not stoked, and I definitely ruined his whole night. And this was like my childhood hero. But I never.
He could have played that off very easily. He could have
Uh,
played that off. He'd be like, "No, I'm not married. This, you
You
feel
don't know
me?
what?
Like,
Yeah, he could have been like, man, this nigga.
That's
What the
he-
fuck
yeah,
that's
he
he
could have played
equivalent-
that off.
Could have
I
said
don't know
they
him.
separated.
That's equivalent going to a restaurant back to back, and the waiter says, "Oh, nice seeing you two again."
Oh yeah,
Ooh, that's crazy.
When I used to
I've
bring a
had that
different
happen
girl
and
to the
shit like
bar
that.
every night, I remember the dirty looks that the bartenders would give me. Like, how dare you be just doing this, meeting a different girl off Tinder every night and just bringing her here?
do it.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
crazy.
that's why you got to hit him with that tip.
The worst Valentine's days that I can remember is definitely a competition between the girl in college where I got a hickey from another girl the night before and didn't know, and my college girlfriend drove 2 hours down to see me from Amherst, and
Oh.
she discovered it and was deeply upset. And then back, like right around the time I started No Jumper, I was seeing a girl, and it was her birthday, and I was supposed to go to a party with her, and instead I took a Xan and went to sleep.
Fire.
Didn't pick up my phone.
Sounds great.
And she still complains
I
about
don't
that.
understand why y'all want to take the drugs that make you go to sleep. What was the,
You,
what
t-
is that
you
about?
take a Xan and you tell me you don't like it. I'm gonna tell you you're a weirdo.
Okay.
Have
Like, I
you
don't
ever
wanna go
had
to
trouble?
sleep.
Have you ever had trouble?
I don't
want to
get you going down a bad road or anything, but you might want to take half. Nibble off a quarter, maybe.
Have you ever had trouble going to sleep?
Nope.
Because I've had insomnia before, and that shit sucks.
You want a good
I
night's
have
sleep?
no
Take a
trouble going
Xan.
to sleep.
Have
Maybe
you
I
had-
go to sleep late.
Try
I
melatonin.
wake up
Don't
early. I
before
go to
Xan.
sleep late, but
Yeah,
I don't
for
have
sure.
trouble. I just be up, like just chilling, thinking.
I'm
You
gonna be
also
real.
you don't seem like you have any anxiety. You don't seem like
Yeah,
you're,
right.
you have anxiety.
He said he
I'm
had it
human.
before.
Yeah, I'm human. I think I've had it before, but it wasn't like
I could
crazy
see the turmoil.
noticeable. Like
You might like-
fuck.
I can see T-Rell talking
He's
to
an-
himself in the mirror.
he's
He
a
was
very-
acting like a bitch.
He's an emotional guy. I know that he's working through things.
I think if I have any type of anxiety, or if I feel like I'm having something, I'm real quiet.
Mm.
If I feel if you see me and I'm just like unnormal quiet, like okay, he's going through something.
that'll happen.
Rel, like when you come in No Jumper and you just feeling yourself and you in a good ass mood and you saying what's up to all the editors,
That's when he's
cracking
off a perk.
jokes. Mikey, I see your ugly ass over there. You feel me? Like that T-Rell times 50 is you off a Xan.
That's
You will
like
be
cheers.
So
You
it
will-
don't make you sleepy. It's just gonna make
Not
me
at
like
first.
it's
You
gonna
gonna
make me
be feel
50
yourself.
times more myself.
Yes.
Up until you get
yes.
to the point where you've
All right, this
taken
isn't a
enough that
good
you fall
conversation.
asleep,
I feel like we
you're gonna be having a
encouraging-
great time.
I feel like we
Up
encouraging
until the
people
point
to do
where
this
you
shit.
fall asleep.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's
No,
why
you might actually say some fucked up shit.
once you
It
start
might
doing
cross the
Xans, you
bridge.
start doing coke too, so you can balance it out and just be up.
He might cross some bridges off some Xans.
Yeah,
I
Heather
think
gonna
my
leave
homie
your
gonna
ass.
die if he do that shit.
Yeah, I think so.
He too
Xan.
little.
I'm not taking no pill, no nothing now though.
Yeah.
That fentanyl shit is scaring people.
For
man.
real, for real.
that's
Like what the hell? I don't know what's in anything now. Like I'm not taking none of that shit.
Well,
While we was in Cabo, they was like pill, coke, weed. I'm like, niggas, you stupid. Nigga, we in Cabo, I ain't taking nothing off of you. You look crazy. You just look like you came out the water from the sand. That's where you live, bitch. You
Hey,
I'ma get some
was
coke
it over
from
there
you?
on the beach?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
doing
lifeguards,
wild
the lifeguards
shit.
be
Nah, they
serving
be
it.
having that shit.
Well, let me ask this. I was just watching Crunchy Black on Vlad, and he was saying basically that they were talking about Big Scar, and he was saying that in Memphis, you ain't getting fentanyl unless you want it. Like, that motherfuckers are really buying that shit, and that it's like mostly on the up and up, and that if somebody's getting hit with the fent pack, it's because they actually went out of their way to purchase it. You don't buy that?
That's complete cap.
I believe Crunchy Black.
No.
Maybe in Memphis, but I don't know about
there's-
overall.
He seemed like he knew what he was talking about when it came to drugs in Memphis. I'm gonna be real with you.
I feel you, but there's too many
He
opiates.
looks like he
There-
looks like he know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. There's too many opiates.
Yo, we need him
um,
on here.
Yeah, I would love
Where he at?
Crunchy Black
Come
on here.
Crunchy.
There's too many opiates floating around the pipeline over there in the South. There's no fucking way that there's not some dirty ass pills.
Yeah, that is kind of
I
hard to believe,
refuse
right?
to believe that, especially because I know what the fuck them cartels be doing allegedly. Like, nah, fool.
Why would you start adding crazy shit to kill you? Like, what's wrong with everybody?
There's
They're
mul-
not trying.
it shorted?
They're
Is it
just
a-
getting the mix wrong.
There's multiple.
Getting the mix wrong.
They're fucking the
to
mix
get you
up.
more higher, and
They don't wanna kill you.
There's multiple reasons One of which,
Killing you with your drugs is bad business. No,
Yeah.
no drug dealer is trying to do that. You know,
at the end of the day, too, this is motherfucking bioterrorism. Like, literally, this is bioterrorism.
you
Like,
think the Mexicans want to kill us?
No, I don't think the Mexicans want to kill us.
'Cause that
Maybe
would be a
Lush.
pretty good
Do-
scheme.
Do you know who be making the fentanyl though? You know where
The
fentanyl come from?
Chinese.
The Chinese.
And they saying we're gonna go to war soon.
That's why, like, you think China, like, is China aggressively shutting down the fentanyl suppliers? Because I doubt that they are. I'm sure that they're happy to have fucking Chinese
If we go to
dudes
war with
making money
China
right
right
there.
now, like, what do you think the worst thing can happen to America?
Nuclear war.
They already out.
Other than nuclear war, I'm just talking about economically, like, you know, like,
Nigga, everything come from China.
yeah, we just
They can stop.
It could
the
definitely
pipeline.
completely cripple our economy if they
Mhm.
stop fucking with us, but vice versa probably too. I don't think that's like.
but what are they getting from America that they so need?
We
for them to
buying
run
from
their-
them.
Nuclear war between Russia is like very likely right now, and nuclear war with China is a pretty small.
Man, we about to
percentage
blow
chance.
ourselves up.
The thing is though, as far as like back in the day, all fentanyl was pharmaceutical grade. It was all from like known sources. You could like you couldn't. They didn't have the shit, the car fentanyl, all the stuff that they got now.
What's
and
car fentanyl?
that's like the strongest form of fentanyl.
You gotta do it in a car.
That shit it hit you like a motherfucking car.
Ooh.
It's all bad.
How'd it get the car name?
That's how. That's why they
Hit you
call it
like a
that.
car.
No,
They
no.
feel like you got hit
no,
by
no,
a car.
No. That's like I don't know the reason why they call it that, but it's a specific type of fentanyl. Like it's.
Damn.
But
you on that dog food? I'm on that car.
sheesh, I'm on that Subaru. You on that dog food?
I'm in the Tesla.
I'm on a Toyota Scion.
Sheesh. But yeah, no, it's like they didn't used to have it as a mixture and everything, and like they weren't using it to whack down. Even like like you doing uppers and it's in your blow now. Like you can't even do
Well, that's pretty uncommon, right? We don't hear
It's-
about a lot of overdoses from that, right?
motherfucker. That shit happens, and to the point where even like the tail end of my using, I remember one time I copped some blow from like a source I wasn't super familiar with over there, like near downtown, and I had a bitch from out of town who wanted to do it, and we was doing blow, and then this bitch, I seen her passing out, and I'm like, oh yeah, we off that Fetty Wap.
Oh.
It's
What-
slimy.
What do you
Oh, yeah,
do?
that's
What do you
wild.
do when you're doing hard drugs with a girl and she passes out in front of you?
Get concerned.
Yeah.
You monitor her very closely. Make sure that nothing bad happens.
Damn. Yeah, I remember going over to these porn star girls' house and they had GHB. That shit will just put you on your ass. And we were all like doing it, hanging out, and then we're all
You did that shit.
we're all just passed
the-
out. We're all like fucking
you heard
basically
my
just
GHB
sleeping
story.
on the couch.
I heard yours.
Are
My-
y'all really tuned in? Off the subject, are y'all really tuned into this Cardi B, Offset, Jay Prince whole little thing?
Yeah, that shit is
yeah.
crazy.
It's a lot.
Because Offset is finna do Bootleg Kev
Shut the fuck up.
tomorrow.
Really?
That
He
okay.
definitely put it on his Insta story, and I said, "Oh my god!"
Whoa.
Let's see what's gonna happen because nobody has spoken, nobody has talked at all since takeoff.
That's gonna be a good one.
I wonder how much he'll say though, because the whole thing that he was saying in that video going at Jay Prince was basically just like, y'all talking. Y'all done 3 interviews. None of us are talking. So I'm like, I mean, I've always
And we
felt.
completely agree with him, right?
I mean, it's true for sure. Like Jay
Yeah.
Prince and them are like playing the media. They're like out here putting out narratives. The Migos.
I mean, they
like,
put out paperwork. though.
Migos are going out of their way to be as quiet as possible about all this shit. It's fucking crazy seeing that beef get to this point.
Did y'all see them backstage at the Grammys? Like, you see Cardi low key
Yes.
checking both of them?
I didn't see any of them in the video. I just heard Cardi's voice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
That's the whole thing. So I don't want to attach anything, or you know what I'm saying, or create that narrative because people are just creating narratives. Because Jay Prince
Yeah.
out here doing this thing, so people want that headline. So I just want to stay away from it because I didn't see it. I didn't see him in the video.
Well, wait,
And
you
if
didn't
somebody
see-
having a heated argument, that is not a fight.
no, it
People
wasn't a
acting
fight.
like it's a
No, no,
physical
no, no.
fight.
Okay, but you know what happened is that the Grammys decided to set it up so that Offset and Quavo were both there, and like because they wanted them to both go on stage, and
Tribute.
they probably told both of them like this is the idea, and like, Quavo was not, or they probably didn't mention it to Quavo, and they probably did mention it to Offset, and then so Offset tries to get on stage, and Quavo's just not having it, and that's how that whole shit unfolds.
Do y'all know? But y'all know how choreographed and regimented the Grammys is.
Rehearsal isn't
But
definitely in the
why
play.
else would
You feel
Offset
me?
be
Like-
there and be fucking trying to get on stage unless he really thought that that's how this was
He
supposed
went
to go
rogue.
down, right?
I would just say it's
went,
untrue.
He went rogue, or it's untrue.
Yeah,
could
because
definitely be a fake narrative.
rehearsals
Or it's
is
untrue.
mandatory.
100%.
You're not gonna just get on live TV, one of the
Yeah,
biggest
that's a good point.
award shows.
You ain't
like,
running
and
on
just-
stage with that.
And
like,
then you,
yeah.
the day of the Grammys, you're like, oh, Offset, you want to get on with Quavo? Fuck it. Like, they not doing that. Like,
This ain't the MTV Awards where fucking
Bro, anything
Lil
can
Mama
happen.
could jump on stage with Jay and Beyonce. That's
yeah.
not happening at the
That was the
motherfucking
best.
Grammys.
That
Nigga,
was
look
the
at the
best.
Oscars. Anything can happen.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But they were
yeah,
backstage.
You're right. They were backstage.
True.
the Grammys is also more like regimented than the Oscars. It's way more of like a show. You know, I mean, the Oscars is as well, but the Grammys, it's a different level of fanfare.
But let's be real though. If Offset is walking to the stage and people know that, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna tell him to like get away. You can't be on stage.
Well, Quavo was definitely down too.
I mean, but if
That's how that
I mean,
happened.
it is no rehearsal, with you just standing behind them. I mean, that's no rehearsal. Just stand there, man. You only got 5. It's 2 minutes. Stand there. Fuck it. I'm down. Quavo like, shit, I ain't down. I mean, that's possible. That's
But there's
possible,
no.
I don't think that happened.
Dude, like that. This isn't like a regular performance where there's an entourage on stage. The Grammys is always just the
The
artist,
artist
on stage.
or the
Mhm.
backup
You,
dancer.
you don't have
Yeah.
10 of your
musician.
homies backstage at the Grammys,
Nah. Well,
Yeah.
Unless like when Chief Keef gets to perform and he does Finito at the Grammys.
But even him, they're checking him about how many people he can bring backstage.
Chief Keef's not at the fucking Grammys, but he
Right,
should be.
but-
and
right.
if he was, that'd be dope.
Right.
But Too Short did perform "Blow the Whistle" at the Grammys, and that was incredible.
Fire.
I'm just upset that Snoop Dogg doesn't have a Grammy. And I've said this again. This
How
is my
does he
twi-
not
this
have
is
a
my second
Grammy?
time saying it today. You know what I'm saying? He's been nominated 20 times, the most famous rapper in the world.
20
to date.
times?
20 times. And doesn't have a
Wait,
Grammy.
he didn't get one for the gospel album?
No.
What?
And Kanye did. He
You
should have
didn't-
got one for that gospel album. Y'all performed and all type of shit.
He should have got one for "Sensual Seduction."
For sure.
You feel me?
He was
Like,
probably nominated for that, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Blue carpet treatment.
Classic.
Rap wasn't, during like
Ridiculous.
Snoop's like first
Classic.
run, rap wasn't really getting its due in the
Nah.
Grammys and stuff.
No. That was before they weren't even televising it. It'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they weren't even televising it. It'll just come up, best hip hop artist. Yeah, they
And I
win a
bet you
Grammy.
like fucking someone like MC Hammer probably won the year that Snoop came out.
honestly,
That's
like
crazy.
I am genuinely like extremely surprised that they gave that shit to Harry Styles just because of the fact that in this current climate, it just seems like it would have been so appropriate to give it to like the top black female artist or whatever. So to give it to a white dude, it just feels like they had to know what the fucking narrative was going to be and how it was going to be
I mean, this
controversial. I'm surprised that they just went with it.
This
think-
happened before with Macklemore and Kendrick.
Exactly. You
It
think
happened
those
before
devilish
with,
motherfuckers give a fuck?
They was
Those
mad.
satanic
Beyonce
ass
and
fools?
Beck. What did Beck win one year over Beyonce that fucking made everybody
I mean,
infuriated?
Beyonce
right?
has the most though. It's
And-
crazy that everybody attached to Jay-Z has like the most.
And the guy that won over Chris Brown for best R&B album.
Yeah.
That dude's raw though. Like, have you heard his shit? Like the shit that he's done with
No, I have not.
he fuck with
Chris apologized to him though.
he
Yeah,
fuck
he
with
did.
he fuck with Terrace Martin hella hard.
That's
like,
fine, but
yeah,
we talking about his
Terrace
album.
Martin is the
I feel
GOAT,
you.
man.
Yeah, no, but that's what
Terrace,
I'm
shout
saying.
out to
Again,
Terrace
this
Bro
is my second time talking about it, but I'm talking about his album. Do we know his album? How many people know his album versus Chris Brown? I don't know. If
Well,
that
apparently,
was the right...
apparently a lot if you want.
I'd
It's
never
just
heard a
hard.
Chris Brown song that wasn't on the radio.
Apparently a lot of people are fans.
You don't
of my
like
boy.
R&B though.
We should definitely talk about that again.
Hold on, they said you didn't know who
Pussy-eating music.
SZA was.
People love that.
You don't know who
Pussy-eating
SZA is? You didn't know who SZA was?
I mean, I heard of her.
SZA booming.
I love me some,
That's why I said he don't listen to that stuff.
especially post BBL
Let's
SZA.
get
Oh my
into it.
god,
Bro, this is a music platform. How do we not know who SZA is?
SZA.
I
is-
mean, I know who she is. She signed a TD.
bro,
Okay.
I just never listened to her.
SZA made the best side bitch music of all time, bro.
She's just making the
How did I miss
best
that?
music right
I
now.
really
She's
need
fine. I love
need
SZA.
side
And her
chick
album-
vibes.
her
to watch.
album went-
7-time number one.
Her album went
I
crazy.
can't believe you just said that to get me to listen to it.
She literally has songs about being like a devoted side bitch.
Wow,
Like,
I listen to tons of music from that
Lord
perspective.
Jesus, the disrespect.
I just
what is that disrespectful?
I mean, it's just not catered to side bitches on. It's just
No,
great music.
I didn't say it
It's
was
definitely great
catered.
music.
Hold on. I didn't say it was catered to that. She literally has records about it,
The
She
weekend.
does. But
like several records about it.
So you're saying that you don't respect black women? In
I love-
February, Black
I
History
love me
Month.
some scissor. Trust me.
Wow.
Trust me,
okay, we
trust
love
me.
the scissor. Yeah,
Trust
we
me.
love scissor, man. That's all I. The album is
Trust
crazy.
me.
Anyone want a
Blue
scissor
on
after this?
fire.
Is you want to go to Sizzler?
No, you want a scissor.
I had Sizzler for lunch.
Scissor. It's
You
a sex
did?
position.
I did.
Wow.
He
They used to have
scissored.
I've
the
never been
dinosaur
there.
chicken nuggets.
I
Bro, I
see it
didn't-
on the road all the time. I never thought about going.
You
You never been in your life?
That bread they have.
They don't have it where I grew up.
Are you? If you're
Back in
invited,
the day, that was a spot.
Really?
if you guys are invited to the
steak and
Grammys, are
lobster.
you going?
To where?
The Grammys.
I mean, I guess you kind of like have to, right?
You don't have to do shit.
I
Snoop
mean-
Dogg didn't get nominated. We ain't going.
I don't give a fuck.
You
Hey,
going for sure.
If they
Yeah,
not,
I'm
if
going.
they
You
You gonna
actually,
put that gold? You gonna put that gold hat back on?
I feel like I would be. I'd be so shocked by them inviting me that I feel like I would just have to go through with it, right?
For sure, you going.
But
dog.
I remember one time this dude that I knew, like an A&R type PR guy, he invited me to like an event like celebrating women in music. And I was like, "Are you sure you're sending this to the right person? Like, that doesn't seem like the kind of thing that I would
Oh,
go
you
Has-
to."
just want to walk the red
I did
carpet.
not
That's what
go.
it's
Has no
about.
jumper ever been nominated for anything?
Absolutely not.
What are
Who-
what are the
there's no
awards you would
podca-
be nominated for?
There
Well,
should
no,
be
the only-
podcast awards.
but the only
And
podcast-
is there
We
awards?
should at least get a BT
the
award.
BET
Jim Jones
has
is
a
yeah.
podcast award.
Jim Jones's Instagram account. That's
There
the
you
award
go.
show. No, but they do it. They do like hip hop platform, but then it's a bunch of like extremely irrelevant platforms, and they don't nominate academics, No Jumper or Vlad, which basically makes it
Mm.
kind of hard to take it serious.
Oh, okay.
No say
Yeah.
cheese either.
Nothing.
Damn.
It's kind of like
Well, that's just all.
They didn't
things
even
we got.
nominate Spliff Mode. It's crazy.
hip hop. Hip hop DX doesn't even create original content, and they're on there every year.
I mean, but Hip Hop DX back in the days was like
Yeah.
one of them places
Yeah,
to go
back
to.
in the day.
But
DX was.
Can you really compare Hip Hop DX just like posting blog posts to something like Vlad? Like not even talking about No Jumper, but Vlad is producing like tons of original interviews every single month, and like has pretty much the biggest YouTube fan base in hip hop. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that you could actually seriously choose Hip Hop DX over Vlad.
No, but there was a time like around. Like,
Okay, but we're talking about right now,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
now.
right.
this year.
Oh, it's not even close.
Okay, then what the fuck are we talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
It's indefensible. Like BET, if they want to be taken seriously, no. You
Yeah.
gotta switch your shit up.
Yeah, it's not even the same ballpark.
But to be real, I get the BET voting shit every year, and I don't vote for nothing, so I'm part of the problem. I never filled that shit
I
out.
just feel like it's just like they don't give a fuck. They don't care about this vote. They playing their part anyway. Who's showing up? What artist is gonna show up, sitting in the front row? Who's gonna come accept the award versus the artist who's not gonna come accept the award? Who we're gonna nominate? Yada yada.
Politics.
I've
Yeah.
never
As far as
watched
politics.
it, and I feel like when people talk about it and they act like they care about it so much that they're full of shit.
No, it's,
Because I don't
it's
think
cool.
like
It's
who,
cool to
like,
go to. It's
who
fun.
takes this serious?
No,
Like,
it's
who-
cool. It's cool. to
Who,
go
when you
to.
think about like what is the best rap music of the year, who seriously is like, oh, I'm really paying attention to what the Grammys think.
I mean, it's an accolade.
It's an
Yeah,
accolade.
and it's great. And if you could get it, for sure you should go for it. But every year when people talk about it, I'm just kind of like, are you guys seriously invested in
I
this?
mean,
Like, who the fuck
when
cares?
Still Learning is nominated, we'll all be there to support you.
No, but just like sports, it's like, okay, why do you want to win the Super Bowl? Why do you want like
But-
that's their sport.
It's
If
easy
music
to
is your
understand
sport-
why somebody wants to pay attention to who wins the Super Bowl because it's so clearly based on merit, and the Grammys are so clearly based on the whims of a bunch of random ass judges that none of us know shit about.
Well, there's accolades in hip hop culture that were way more significant that don't exist
A
anymore.
number one
Source
record
Awards,
is a number one record is infinitely more of an honor than a
No,
fucking
for sure,
BET
but
But
the-
imagine,
award.
but imagine,
Source Awards,
imagine it
like-
taking Nas 30 years to win a Grammy.
and when
Mhm.
I wouldn't have noticed along the way. So I wouldn't have
and of
given a
course
shit.
they give it to him like the same way most award like look the Oscars. Al Pacino didn't win for
So he get
The
an honorary
Godfather.
award.
He didn't win for Scarface. Any of these incredible roles over the year, but he wins for Scent of a Woman.
Nigga,
like 30 years later.
Leonardo
which is-
DiCaprio
Leonardo
lost
DiCaprio.
every fucking time until The Revenant.
I am
That's what I'm
so
saying.
glad you said that. A lot of people online, I saw some girl with like 200,000 likes on her tweet, basically saying that Leonardo DiCaprio is a sexual predator because his girlfriend is 19 and he's what fucking damn
He
near-
dumped him after
He's
25.
probably
That's
like
his
well
thing.
into his 40s, and he's always kind of had a reputation for dating like really young ass chicks. If he was your homie, would you think that he had a few screws loose choosing to date a 19-year-old when you're that fucking deep in the game? He's 48. He's knocking on death's door just like me.
He don't fuck. He don't mess with women after 25. Like
If you're up
they
age,
pointed
there's
that.
nothing I can do
Yeah, that.
about
I mean, you can't say nothing about
I
that.
mean, you got to give it to him that he clearly doesn't give a shit because he's been at this game of dating much younger women for a long ass time and being very public about it by being out in clubs and stuff. His girl right now is like some poppin' model or some shit. But either way, like, would you think that your homie, especially if he's rich and famous, would you think he was kind of fucking weird?
It's a little weird.
Chose to date
I
the girl that
mean,
young.
She's of age, so
If
you
she
can't
of
really
age,
say
I
nothing.
really can't say nothing. I wouldn't think you weird. I mean, that's just not my preference. I don't.
Yeah.
like,
Because look how many fucking
not
creeps.
experienced
Soon as
at
Bad
all.
Baby turned 18, they went to go cop their OnlyFans and shit.
It
Made her
That's
rich as hell.
weird. That's
What
weird.
you jerk off to is way different than who you date, and especially who you date publicly as a celebrity. You know, it's like, to me, I again, like, yeah, I don't think there's anything I don't think anything legally wrong should happen to him. I don't think he should be looked down upon in society or anything. But it definitely makes me wonder. Like, as a grown man, when I talk to like a girl who's like 19 or 20, we don't have a ton in common. Like, it's just there. It's hard for me to imagine relating to a girl who's that young versus like my chick is 31, and I feel like we're on a pretty close level of
I
maturity.
mean, but you're doing a whole different thing. You're going the family route. Like, he just wants someone to
Oh, but
maybe
he's
take to
dating.
He wanna have
dinner,
fun. He's
have
dating
sex
her.
with, go to the club. Like, this is not.
Oh,
we're
I'm
not
sure he's
fucking-
having a great time.
Yeah, we're not fucking talking away. Like, she's modeling.
Okay, but
I'm
what if he
doing
knocks
this
her
over
up?
Here. Like, we're not
What if
fucking
she's the one?
communicating.
What if she's the one? What if he chooses to put a baby in her? Start a little
Hey,
family.
That's just what he do.
I mean, that's just his thing.
It's
Okay,
wild,
look.
bro, because her experience in life prior to this was high school.
Would you?
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
kind of crazy,
It's
Would
a
right?
little weird, dude.
That's
Would you
crazy.
date, like right now, let's say hypothetically speaking, Billie Eilish said she wants to fuck with you. You're not with Lena. You
She's
like, Billie Eilish
19
wants to
or
fuck with me?
20 or something.
She's 21.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, would I entertain hanging out with her realistically? Yeah, I'm sure. And Billie Eilish is a weird
mean, but
example
what's the
because I'm sure she
criteria?
wouldn't
But
want to.
what's the
No,
criteria?
I'm
when
ju-
you,
no,
what's the
I'm just
criteria when
saying.
you meet a woman? Even it's not the age. Like, what is it? Like, how many books you read, bitch? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, we were just talking about.
And,
This,
well,
like,
I do
Probably
agree.
life
I
experiences.
agree that there's a lot of chicks who are probably in their early 20s that I could say that they act way older than they are, but I don't know, 19, like fresh out of high
Okay,
school.
okay.
That's kind of hard for me
Wait a
to
minute,
imagine really
wait a
vibing
minute.
with her.
You did plug talk with the Mila, right?
Yeah, I just fucked her.
But how old was she?
Like, I don't know, 19,
19,
20,
right?
something like that.
Nigga, it's the same shit.
No, it is not.
How?
It is
How
kinda
is
the same
dating
shit.
somebody the same as fucking them on
she
camera?
just got
I'm
out
not-
of high
it's-
school.
I was
I'm
around
not
her
saying
for
dating.
2 hours.
I'm not
This
saying-
might be
2
your
years
worst
ago.
take
I'm not
ever.
saying I'm not saying dating,
Worst take
but
ever.
you're sitting there saying, "Oh, is it weird that he's sitting there fucking with dating and fucking on a 19-year-old?"
I'm
But
not
you
really-
wouldn't did it for content.
That's not really what I asked. I'm not really concerned with him
It's the
hanging
same
out or
shit.
fucking. No, it is not. I'm not really concerned with him dating or hanging out with her. I just think that him dating her is the thing that's interesting. Him just fucking her, yeah, of course, like that makes sense.
So if he
But,
just fucked her, it's cool.
yeah, I mean, that's.
Well,
I think
because-
way less people would take issue with that or think that that was even worth discussing. And you comparing it to me hanging out with a 19-year-old to do porn for 2 hours is
It's the same thing.
No,
Might be a little
it's a
worse.
little different.
it's insane that you're even trying to make this point.
It's the same
You're
thing.
How is
dating
it the
her-
same thing?
you're
Dating
betting her
someone
to do porn.
involves being around them for many dozens and dozens of hours per week. I spent 2 hours around that girl.
And that's like T-Rell said like earlier, they're not actually having conversations. If they're dating, yes, they are. You feel me? You have to spend hours chopping it up. What's he going to
you
talk about with
don't.
the 19-year-old bitch? Yo,
And how do you know he
what'd
ain't
you
just
see on
hey,
TikTok,
come
baby?
to the club real quick.
What'd you see
Let's
on
go do our thing.
I
I'll
mean,
knock you
it's
down.
being
I go do my
reported
thing.
Then
that
why
she's
is-
his girlfriend.
Yeah,
That's what it's
his
being
bitch.
reported on by the media.
That's his bitch. It's not
she's-
just a bitch
He's
you
not
knock it down.
denying it.
It is more involved. However, she could have been a high school classmate with the bitch you talking about. So at the end of the day, there is that.
Realistically, somebody like her who's like being fast tracked through the modeling world, she probably like was getting home assignments for a while or something.
Fair enough. She
so
homeschooled.
we could give her a little bit more.
It's a little
She
different.
She was
Bec-
homeschooled because she went to high school during COVID.
Oh my God. The fact that her high school career
Wow.
was interrupted at the age of like 16
Damn.
because of COVID is fucking hilarious.
I was in rehab. She was in COVID.
Jeez.
Bro, this shit is
Damn,
getting out of
homeschool.
hand.
We're too deep.
Yeah.
I gotta go home. I gotta take a piss.
Me too.
I gotta be too.
Shout
gotta
out to
take a
everybody who
shit.
watched this. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back next week.
You know what I mean?
Gang.
Have fun, guys.